off down to the northwest corner, and the Rabbitohs get first use of the footy, and the return comes from Tavita Totola. He's going to be put to the ground 15 metres out from his own goal line. Sorensen involved in the chase and the tackle. Ball played to Smith. Goes left to Keon Kolomatangi. He's in terrific form. He's caught 23 metres out from his own goal line, right in centre field at the northern end. Ball played to Smith. Comes to the right side for Feeder. Crashes into the defence, and he's going to be put to the ground by Talangi and two others, about 28 out from the south line, 20 metres in from the western touchline. Played to Smith. He sends it open side left to South Sydney, centre of the field, 34 metres out from their own goal line. It's played, and it comes left again to Tallis Duncan. He's going to be standing in the tackle now on his back. 7 short of halfway. Lindsay Smith involved in the defence. Last play, and it comes right. Kick downfield from Ashton Ward. Floats down to the southwest corner, taken by Jenkins. 13 out from his own goal line. Right hamstring or knee is heavily strapped, and he's caught here. 20 out from his own goal line. No score after the opening set of 6. And now it's Penrith working the ball up to their own 30-metre line. Defence coming here from Fafita and Kolomatangi. Plays Talangi, plays the ball to Cole. Goes open side right towards the centre of the ground. To'o court, 12 short of halfway. Played to Lussick. Goes left to Liam Henry. Got straight through to Tola. Now tackled about 7 short of halfway. Fafita in the tackle again. Played to Lussick. Goes right to Lindsay Smith with a right foot step, and he's nailed half a metre short of halfway, right in centre field. Last tackle Penrith. It comes right to Jack Cogger. Big boots to Phil. The kick from halfway goes down to the left wing. South Sydney has it. 19 metres out from their own goal line. No score on the board, Luke Lewis, after a minute and 50 seconds.
Well, Penrith will be happy. They started a lot better than they did last week against, I can't remember who they played last week now, but I think it was the Cowboys. But you remember how many drop balls we had in that first opening second. So they've started off well. They've got the ball down the other end. And South Sydney just going through the motions, doing what they do best.
So now the Rabbitohs, Tallis Duncan plays it, and they swing it to the right. Through hands, and a heavy tackle here on Jai Gray. With Blaze Talangi and Cole. 10 short of halfway. 18 in from the western touchline. Now left edge for Feeder. He's put down. 3 short of halfway. Last tackle coming up for South Sydney. Played to Smith. Short side right. Ashton Ward puts boot the ball. Dylan Edwards under it. He takes it. 18 out from his own goal line. Great chase from the Rabbitohs. Headed by Kolomatangi and put to the ground. Shoved to the ground. In fact, 25 out from his own line. Hubner was there as well. Now they switch it right, the Panthers, to Brian To'o. Short on confidence and form, To'o, but here he's tackled. 13 short of halfway, 20 in from the eastern touchline. Played to Cogger, goes short side right to Alamotti off Edwards. Then a wrap-round ball to Edwards. He's over the 40, sets past Gray, plus another one on Dylan Edwards at his best. He's going to race 50 metres to score. Dylan Edwards, brilliant. 3 minutes gone. Penrith 4, South Sydney 0. That was wonderful from Dylan Edwards, and his evasive, speedy best. 4-0 Panthers, kick to come.
Yeah, well, this is too easy for Dylan Edwards, really, but he uses his speed to go down the short side. Great footwork there from Paul Alamotti. I think in the pass was probably line ball. And when he got to the backfield, I didn't think he was going to get around Jai Gray, but he does. Comes up with a really nice bit of footwork, and then a great fend there just to push off. I think it was Latrell Seawong, and he just gets a beautiful little fend on his chest, and he's into the open space, and under the sticks he goes. But beautiful work here by the mighty Panthers.
Touchline we go, and John Gibbs.
Oh, that was a great individual try because he stepped right, he stepped left. There was a bit of a feint. He had the ball stretched out, and then the fend on Seawong was a beauty. But that was a really good short side play, and Alamotti did a great job. But Dylan Edwards, you don't see him scoring many better individual tries than that because he had so much to do. Jai Gray is an exceptional defender in the last line.
I was about to say, John, it's so rare to see Jai Gray miss an opportunity like that. Here's Paul Alamotti, 10 metres out in front. Penrith, great start to this game. 4 minutes 20 gone, and they lead 4-0. Here's Alamotti. He's a real mixed bag of lollies as a goal kicker, but this one is just to the right of the post. Right foot kick, and he makes no mistake. Penrith 6, South Sydney 0. NRL Friday on ABC Sport with Luke Lewis, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore in the AFL. Sydney Swans 27, leading the Western Bulldogs 2. I'll return to text messages after the game, but we've had a few people inquiring again about those websites for Jai Arrow. The Stand with Jai campaign donation page, familyofleague.org.au, familyofleague.org.au/standwithjai. Here's the kick-off, and it's taken 3 metres out from the goal line by Cole. Gives it right to Liam Henry, and he's put to the ground, 14 out from his own goal line. And those special virtual birthday hats can be secured with a donation of $11.66, which is Jai Arrow's Rabbitohs number, via jaivirtualpartyhat.rabbitohs.com.au. jaivirtualpartyhat.rabbitohs.com.au. Moses Leota charges forward for Penrith. He's going to be taken 12 short of halfway. Plays the ball to Lussick. Sends it left to Dylan Edwards. Got a ball away as well as a cord. Up over the 40 go the Panthers. Good run by Henry. Taken by Gray. 20 metres out. He had Sorensen to his left on the last. Freddie Lussick runs around in circles. Flicks it to Lindsay Smith. Left to right to Cocker. Kicks it cross field. To'o against Corsi. And it's taken by To'o. He throws the ball back in field, but it's over the eastern touchline. And South Sydney narrowly survive. I tell you what, they're here to play Penrith. It's a changeover to the Rabbitohs on their own 10-metre line. 5 minutes 30 gone. Penrith 6, South Sydney 0. More brilliance coming there from the Panthers. What a set.
Yeah, absolutely. Great start there, but it was Dylan Edwards once again just coming in for his carry that he usually does up the middle of the field, but comes off his right foot and then puts his teammates straight through a hole. Really nice footwork, beautiful little passing, and they're looking sharp, the Panthers.
Now Jack White and 14 out from his own goal line. Plays it, comes open side left to Jennings. He's wrapped up 20 out from his own line by Lindsay Smith. Brandon Smith, he's been in good form. Darts from dummy half. Gained 10 up to his own 30-metre line. Plays the ball to Ward. Goes left to Hubner. And Leota involved in the tackle with Smith and Sorensen. 11 short of halfway for South. Down 6-0. Played to Smith. He sends the ball centre field left for the Rabbitohs. And Colomatangi, he's taken 1 metre in Penrith territory. Penalty given away by the Panthers. Phillips was involved in the tackle, and a penalty here goes to South Sydney. First of the game, late in the tackle count, Louis, and right on halfway.
Yeah, it's not the penalty you want to be given away. Late in the tackle count, right on halfway, they'll kick upfield, and they get a really good look at Penrith's line here. So it's just going to see what the attitude of the Panthers are to defend their line nice and early.
Ashton Ward finds touch on the eastern side with a drop punt. Colomatangi's had treatment from the trainer. 32 out from the Penrith line. First real chance here for South Sydney. They take the tap. Walker gets it away to Tavita Totola, and he's going to be put down about 26 metres out from the Penrith line. Plays the ball now to Smith. Comes open side right. And taking the tackle, 17 out from the goal line is Hubner. Leota was there to make the tackle. Played to Smith. Goes left to Ward. Short ball, Colomatangi. Great tackle, Billy Phillips. 9 out from the goal line. Rabbitohs down 6-0 attacking. Walker. Short side left. Seagull throws a forward pass. Came out of his hands. Forward to Edward Corsi, and the referee Adam G was all over. And Penrith are celebrating that defensive effort as they are remaining one of the last few resilient teams against mistakes. 7.5 gone. Penrith 6, South Sydney 0. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, the Panthers there, we saw what they've done recently in attack. They've been cutting the South Sydney defence open. On that occasion, the defence was good. They rushed, and the South Sydney team who have so much success down the left side, they panicked. Forward pass, so Penrith get out of that one.
Jonty, here's Penrith with the footy now. 13 out from their own line. So that's the first time really Penrith's been under pressure. Jenkins plays it to Lussick, goes open side right to Smith. Runs into Duncan and Brandon Smith. And Colomatangi, 19 out from his own line, centre field. Lussick to the right, Leota. Had to bend down to pick that up awkwardly. Did so. And he's tackled 25 out from his own line. Lussick, a long ball, goes right to left as the Panthers' Cole is tackled. 31 out from his own line by Whiten. And a set restart given away by Jack Whiten in the play of the ball. So that is the first for either side. 12 short of halfway, Penrith. Edwards plays the ball to Lussick. Goes right, Smith, Leota, terrible pass. Cogger dropped it. So all of a sudden the momentum is spoiled by Penrith, who started the game so well, but this was more like their efforts against the Cowboys a week ago, and South will benefit with a scrum feed, 10 metres in Penrith territory. Panthers 6, Rabbitohs 0, 9 minutes gone here at Western Sydney Stadium.
Yeah, it wasn't the best pass there from Moses Leota. He just pushed it a little bit high. And he just have to takes his eyes off the ball as he's going to catch it because he can see the line speed of South Sydney up in his face. Comes up with an error, but look, they've done a really good job up until this point. But the last set or two, they're giving away a penalty and 2 errors. It's just not good enough for the Panthers.
Yeah, with you. That was more on Liotta than Cogger. Here's the scrum win. Jai Gray steps, but he's tackled. 34 out from his own goal line for the Rabbitohs. 20 in from the western touchline. Brandon Smith, one-handed pick-up, goes left to Totola, and that's a set restarter. The bell go off here for the Rabbitohs. They're first of the game. 26 out, Smith. Goes left, through hands. Ward, it comes out the back. That's a terrible pass from the Rabbitohs. And now they've recovered it 8 metres in Penrith territory. They've lost 15 metres on the play. Now it is played by Corsi to Smith. Centre field right to Hubner. Marches straight up the field. Caught by 4 Panthers. 34 metres out from the goal line. Last man off him is Lindsay Smith. Played to Brandon Smith. Goes right. Ward to Gray to Whiten. Great tackle in combination that time from Talangi and Jenkins. 22 out from the line. 10 in from the western touchline. Ashton Ward sends the ball left through hands. Hubner. He got it away. Beating the first tackle. Walker tackle now 11 metres out by Dylan Edwards. Last tackle South Sydney. And very slow to his feet, Walker plays. Comes to the right to Kolomatangi. Goes right to Ward to Gray to Whiten. He got the pass away to the right wing and diving over to score is Jennings. His first time. What a pass from Whiten, but the referee says no, not yet. What happened, Louis? I heard you groan.
Oh, well, Cody Walker gets out of the tackle and kicks a Penrith player. Kicks him. I reckon you have to get, if they look at this, they will send him off.
If you've got a potential try,
Kicks him.
okay.
He kicks him. I've never seen anything like that before.
Just called time off to start with.
If it's as you described it, Louis, and I was following the play, he has to be sent off. But we'll wait. We'll wait and see the replay.
He gets up here. Here he is now, about to play the ball. Gets a bit frustrated.
Okay, Chris.
Plays the ball and then walks over and kicks him.
You've got no try, mate.
He did. He kicked him straight in the leg.
Under review. Possible foul play back here from Cody Walker.
Forget the word possible. Was it Cogger walking to his left?
Look at the actions of Cody Walker with the feet. There's a deliberate action here to kick at the
Send him
player.
off. Send
This
him
is
off.
completely unnecessary and a sit bin. We have a decision.
Softy. Fair dinkum. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, I saw it too. I said to Ralph, he just kicked that bloke. It was incredible. Frustration from Cody. He'll get 10 in the bin. That's what'll happen. You're in the bin.
That's soft as. Anyone, kids watching this, you can go up and bloody kick someone and you stay on the field. What a joke. He should be sent from the field, Cody Walker. Instead, it's a weak as water sit in him. Seriously. Your walk-up was the most blatant act you've ever seen.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Well, there's a reason for it. You should be sent off.
Correct.
Fair. Penalty goes to the Penrith side. And they find touch on the eastern side, 30 out for their own line. So for all of that, Cody Walker has put his team down to 12 men for only 10 minutes. Cody Walker in the bin, and Penrith finds touch from the tap, 8 metres short of halfway. Freddie Lussick, he sends the ball open side left as the Panthers get it to halfway, leading 6 points to 0. Lussick, open side left to Liotta to Lindsay Smith, quick hands. Smith is caught middle of the ground, 11 metres in South territory. Played to Lussick, goes right side to Dylan Edwards, then away to Alamotti. He straightens into Seagwalt and one other taken. 27 out from the line, 10 in from the eastern touchline. Duncan gets off him. He plays it to Lussick. Goes left to Edwards away to Cogger. And Jack Cogger caught centre field. 26 out for the south line. Last tackle Penrith leading 6-0. 13 on 12. It comes to the left side for Penrith. Crossfield kick. Jenkins flying through. Up goes Jennings. Dane Jennings with it. No, Jenkins has come away with it. Tom Jenkins, the leading try scorer in the NRL, gets another one, or does he? We're going to the bunker again. Here's Adam G.
Okay, Bucky. You got no try, mate. I got a genuine contest in the first touch backwards from South, restarting the tackle count, but then a knock on Penrith.
Any live thoughts, Louis?
No, not really. I think, is it Sorensen? I think it is Sorensen, but he gets up for the balls. That's general contest. South do come away with it, but I think he knocks it on into Sorensen.
Yeah, there's a ricochet between Sorensen and Jennings.
I reckon their bounces off his hand and into Sorensen. I reckon it's a knock on by
First knock on Jennings.
It's the right arm of Jennings first. Just need to see if Sorensen gets a touch at any point.
He definitely does. You can see it there. to knock on South. I just want to see the second one because that's what they're looking at to see if the next knock on.
So Sorensen
Jennings knocks the ball on first into the arm of Scott Sorensen, who then knocks the ball back on into him. First knock-ons against South. We have a decision.
It's a double knock on, but Penrith will get the scrum feed 10 out from their own line, from the South line. 11 and a half gone. Penrith 6, South 0 downstairs. Johnny Gibbs.
Well, the thing about that is, Andrew, Cody Walker, in all of the drama of him chasing a player and kicking him, is that Dane Jennings, who's just dropped the ball there, was denied his first try first grade. So not only is he in the bin, before he started in the bin, he's prevented his side from scoring a try, and South Sydney are under enormous pressure because of the drop ball. A great chance here for Penrith. So that was just mindless from Cody Walker.
Here's Jack Cole with the scrum feed. 10 out, 10 in, northwest corner, won by Penrith. Lussick spins it to the right to Edwards, then away to Cogger to Alamotti. 12 metres out, takes on Seagwalt and Corsi and put to the ground near the far touch line. 6 metres out for the goal line. Played to To'o. Centre left to Edwards. Heavily involved in everything. Cogger away to Lindsay Smith. He's felled in centre field in front of the northern post. 10 out from the South goal line. 6-0 Penrith. Here they come again. Lussick to Leota. He's crashed to the ground 6 metres out from the South line. Played to Lussick. Goes left to Lindsay Smith. Got the pass away. An absolute beauty, and diving over to score is Scott Sorensen. But no, wasn't it? The second rower going over to score, or Liam Henry actually. He's over, starting in the front row. Try to Penrith. They now lead by 10 points to 0. And the Panthers cross over to score the try after some brilliant passing again. 12 minutes 30 gone. Lussick to Smith to Henry. And Liam Henry crashes over to score. Louis, they lead 10-0 against 12 Rabbitohs.
Yeah, great setup here by the Panthers. A beautiful little pass. And he's got Liam Henry just punched into a hole. He's got so much space. David Fafita just falls straight off him. And he goes straight over and scores a nice try. They deserve that, they're the Panthers. They come up with a really nice set. They set up the play brilliantly and they come up with some really nice skill. And they get it right there. Great try.
Touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, great run, great hole running there by big Liam Henry. Charge onto that ball. And the tackle from David Fafita was a poor one. And then little Ashton Ward was left to try and tackle him on the goal line. That was never going to happen. But I just want to go back to Cody Walker again, because the foul play preceded the try that was scored. It had nothing to do with the try being scored. So he's got 7.5 minutes or 7 minutes still in the sin bin, and he's already cost 2 tries. One they should have had, and the one that Penrith got.
And yet, he's super lucky. He should have been sent from the field. That was weak as water from the referees. Blatant moving away to deliberately quick kick an opposition player in the leg. Here's Paul Alamotti, 15 out, 20 in from the western touchline. Penrith 10, South Sydney 0. 13 minutes 30 gone second half. Walker in the bin for another 7 minutes. Alamotti strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. He's 2 out of 2. Penrith 12, South Sydney 0. NRL Friday on ABC Sport. So plenty of drama to start this game after 13 and a half minutes. In the AFL quarter time at the SCG, the Sydney Swans are belting the Western Bulldogs, leading 33-3. And the Adelaide Crows in Perth have kicked the first 3 goals to lead West Coast by 18-0. So now the restart comes from Latrell Seagwalt. The Rabbitohs left centre has been terrific, filling in for the other Latrell. After a roughish start tonight, kick-off taken by Cole, and he gives it right to the try scorer Henry. He's put to the ground 15 out from the Penrith line, and there to greet him was Colin Matuck. Played to Lussick. Open side right to Sorensen. He scored 21 out from his own goal line. There to greet him was Totola. Now Lussick dummy half. Goes right to Lindsay Smith. Run away from Brandon Smith. Caught though instead by Fafita and Ward. 29 out from his own line. Lussick short side left to Jack Cole. He goes on a stepping run past one. Brandon Smith had him, and then support's needed from Colin Matangi. Down he goes, 9 short of halfway. Penrith up 12 blot and on the attack. The Lussick goes right to Leota. Up the centre he goes into the defence of Totola primarily. Caught 5 metres in South half. Played on the last to Lussick. Goes right to Cogger from 43 metres out. Jai Gray running in to catch the kick, but it's taken instead by Alamotti. He's caught by Gray. Changeover, and South Sydney do survive, and they get the footy back. 14 out from their own line. 14 and a half gone. Penrith 12, South Sydney 0. Walker in the bin for another 5.5 minutes. I know these things can change rapidly, Louis. Tui, but Penrith looks on fire at the moment as Edward Corsi from the restart is shoved back 19 out from his own line.
They actually look quite fresh. They're all pushing up the support. They're running hard. They've got quick play the balls. Their skill looks really nice out in the edges. Dylan Edwards, he's doing a great job up through the middle of the field. So they look sharp, the Panthers.
See Jai Gray away to Whiten on the right centre position, but he's caught, put to the ground by Talangi and Jenkins. Played to Gray, goes left to Fafita, and Liam Henry first to greet him. 13 short of halfway. Liotta was there as well. South with it down 12-0. Brandon Smith, blindside right to Gray. He's nailed 3 metres short of halfway for South Sydney by Sorensen and Liotta. Comes left to Ashton Ward. Puts boot the ball on the last. Dylan Edwards under it. He catches it 10 out from his own line and throws a 20-metre pass to his right to Brian To'o. Steps past Siegwald and now dealt with 23 metres out from his own line. 15 in from the eastern touchline by Duncan. It's played and first receiver Alamotti. He's held up 30 out from his own line. Another 4.5 minutes in the bin for Cody Walker, by the way. Edwards goes left to Jenkins, runs into Ward and Fafita. Good run by Jenkins. He'll play it 10 metres short of halfway. Does so to Lussick. Short side left to Cole. Dummings his way into the defence. Put to the ground by Colomatangi. Half a metre in South territory. Lussick. Open side right there, Henry. Then away to Lindsay. Smith spins, loses it. And picked up off a South Sydney hand. 6 more tackles. Billy Phillips on the right edge has it for Penrith. Then he stands. Got the pass away to Dylan Edwards. Edwards, a right foot step, left foot step. Now he's held on to by Totola. And Duncan about 29 out from the south line. 15 in from the eastern touch line. Lussick goes left to Liotta. He's going to be tackled 23 metres out from the line by Totola. Lussick, centre field left to Cogger. Short ball away to Henry. Down he goes, 16 metres out from the goal line. Courtesy for Peter. They're stacked to the left. They go that way. Jack Cole puts a little stab kick. Coming through is Cogger, but it's tapped over the dead ball line by Junior Totola. Great effort by the South Sydney front rower. 17 minutes gone. 12-0 Penrith. 3.5 minutes in the bin left for Cody Walker. That was brilliant out the back from Tavita Totola, because I thought Cogger was going to get there first for sure.
Yeah, I think Totola was having a little bit of a rest, stop pushing up, and I reckon if he comes up with that kick, the kick was a right choice. There was no one there. But if Jack Cole actually had a kick straight, I reckon he would have went straight through himself and scored.
Ashton Ward, short line, drop out. Up goes Brian To'o, and he dropped it. So there's a great chance for Penrith to get the ball back. But Brian To'o is really struggling to catch anything at the moment. He and Alamotti were going through, and the ball goes down. Might have been Alamotti who got there first in the end. But it's a knock on Penrith, and South Sydney will get to play the ball, much to their relief. No, I was right the first time. It was To'o who climbed over the top of Alamotti. So South get the footy, and they work at left edge here, trailing 12-0, and it's Edward Corsi with the hit up. He's taken 23 out from his own line. You're with Luke Lewis, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore. NRL Friday here at Western Sydney Stadium. Tallis Duncan is caught here by Phillips and Alamotti on his own 30. Played to Brandon Smith, left to right, Ward away, Gray. Gray tries to split them but can't quite. He's tackled about 12 short of halfway. Good defence coming from Cole and Talangi. Now right edge to Whiten. He's felled by Liotta and Jenkins right on halfway. 6 in from the western touchline. Ball played to Jennings, left on the open side for Feeder. He's caught 10 metres in Penrith's half. Played on the last tackle to Brandon Smith. Blindside right to Ward for the kick. Couple offside, including the main chaser, Colomatangi. Dylan Edwards flies through the air with a catch, and he's going to be taken 9 out from his own line, pushed back a little bit. Penrith 12, South nil, 18 minutes 30 gone. Down to the touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, great take there under pressure by Dylan Edwards. Took the ball, then turned his back on the impending attacker, so as a result was able to protect himself. They're fired up here a little bit, South Sydney. He's coming back in about 1 minute. Blaze Talangi, a player under pressure, is going really well tonight.
Yeah, it's a quick exchange of passes from Brian To'o to Phillips. Back to To'o. He gets past one. He's over the 30. He beat another To'o. That's encouraging. Caught 14 short of halfway. Plays it to Lussick. Goes left centre field to Lindsay Smith. Steps straight into Colomatangi and tackle. Standing in the tackle at the moment, though, Lindsay Smith. 2 short of halfway. Plays it on the last to Lussick. Sends it right to Cogger. Kicks it from 20 in from the eastern touchline to the wing of Corsi. He has the catch. Alamotti and To'o the tackle. 23 out from the South Sydney line. 12-0 in favour of Penrith. Cody Walker has a minute to go before he can return from the bin, and the crowd can see him now on the touchline, letting him know what they think. He was sin bin for walking away and kicking a Penrith player in the leg. Here's Jai Gray. Tackled 34 out from his own line on the short side left by Phillips. Plays the ball to Siegwald. Open side right they go, the Rabbitohs. To within 3 of halfway as Duncan's caught. Plays the ball. Comes to the right, Hubner. Then away, Colomatungi to Ward. Short ball for Feeder. Wrapped up. Then a flick pass back to Keon Colomatungi. And he's surrounded quickly. Stands at the tackle. A metre short of halfway. Last play now for South Sydney. Brandon Smith fires it away to Ashton Ward on the right edge. Up goes a challenging kick here for Edwards. Jennings and White in pursuit. Jennings the catch. Edwards the catch taken there by White and Jennings. 17 out from the Penrith line. Played quickly. It comes to the right side to Lungy. He's wrapped up 22 out from his own goal line as Cody Walker is now back on the field for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and also coming onto the field for South Sydney, Jamie Humphries. Penrith on its own 20. They go right to To'o. He's caught Louis. 31 out from his own line. 12-0 Penrith. 20 and a half gone.
Yeah, well, that was probably the best set there from South Sydney. Come up with a really nice kick. Great. Oh, here's Edwards away.
He's through again, then gets pants 3 metres short of halfway centre field. Played on the last to Smith. Goes to the left. Cole with the kick. He took forever. Pressure from Humphries. End over end down to Jennings. Caught. 17 out from the line. Bumped away from one. Fends away from Talangi. Fends away from Jenkins. Dave Jennings, what a run. Then he stepped past another before being tackled 6 short of halfway. Brilliant from Dane Jennings. Played to Humphries. Open side left to Whiten. He scored 3 metres in Penrith territory. 12-0 Panthers. And here's a set restart given away in the play the ball by Penrith. So that is the second of the night for the Rabbitohs. 35 out. They go left. Walker to Gray to Siegwald. He's tackled 25 out from the goal line. 11 in from the eastern touchline by To'o. Played to Jai Gray. Open side right to Cody Walker. Away to Keon Colomatungi. He straightens into Smith and Leota. Stands in the tackle. 19 out from the Penrith line in front of the Southern pace. Played to Humphries. Goes left to Walker. Takes on the defensive line himself. In comes Cogger over the top. 9 metres out. Walker to his feet, plays it to Gray, floats it right to Humphries, hands it off on the inside to Hubner. He's tackled 7 away from the Penrith line. Last tackle South, trailing 12 points to 0. Humphries goes back to Walker, left to right to Ward, they run it, comes away to White, little stab kick, brilliant hands by Penrith. They come up with a 10 out from their own goal line, and that was a wonderful take from Cole off the ground. Now it's Talangi beating one, wrapped up by Ward, 13 out from his own line. Penrith 12, South still 22 and a half gone.
Yeah, good work there by Penrith again. They look really good on the edges in defence at the moment. They're all doing the same thing together. They're getting up, they're holding, they're being patient, they're working hard from the inside, which is starting to frustrate South Sydney's attack at the moment.
So now it is the Panthers. Sorensen outside the 30 plays. It comes right to Edwards, and he's swarmed upon. About 12 metres short of halfway, coming in to make the tackle on that occasion for South Sydney. Another one of the new players on the field, Ewan Aiken. Kick downfield, straight down the throat of Gray. He returns it over the 30, straight through a gap. That was poor from Penrith. Gray over the 40. Edwards to beat. He stepped and slipped, and Edwards claims him 30 metres out. 10 in from the western touchline. Southwood poised here. Comes to the left with a long ball. Cody Walker, a cut out to Siegwald. He takes on Alamotti into Owen Court. 21 metres out from the goal line. Another change for South. Liam LeBlanc on the field. The Rabbitohs Tallis Duncan. He's caught around the bootlaces by Lussick. 11 out from the line. Humphries goes right. LeBlanc. Then a cut out ball to Ashton Ward. To Fafita close. But he's claimed a metre out to Lungy over the top. Gibbs is right. He has been very good. Now Humphries, a long ball left to Ward. He got a pass, it's a shock around the ground. But Penrith, as usual, give away a set restart. Siegwald recovered it. 21 metres out as they begin another set. 12-0 Penrith, but they're under siege here from the Rabbitohs. Comes right to LeBlanc. He surges up the middle into Sorensen and Smith. 11 metres out from the goal line. He plays the ball now to Humphries. Spins it left to Ward. Takes him on himself. Put to the ground. 4 out in front of the left upright. Humphries goes left to Cody Walker. Away to Siegwald. Beautiful one-on-one tackle down low by Alamotti. But another set restart. This Penrith side, they keep wanting to tell you it's not deliberate. I say phooey. It's very deliberate. As South now 2 metres out from the line. Corsi plays it. Comes right LeBlanc. Straight through Leota. Caught by Edwards over the top. They've got to score here, South. They're down 12-0. Play to Humphries. Spins it away to the right. Ward away to Gray. Gray to Whiten. Jenkins. Brilliant tackle in off the wing. 4 metres out. 10 in from touch. Southwest corner. Played to Gray. Goes left for Feeder. Swarming defence again. For Feeder hits the deck. 4 metres out. Last tackle South. Ball played to Humphries. Goes centre field left, Colomatungi. Out the back to Walker. Then a pass to Seagwald. Seagwald over the top. Of course he was the forward. No. Try to South. They run it on the last. Penrith, honestly, look out on its feet. Try to Corsi. The Bunnies are in and it's a whole new ball game. Penrith 12, South Sydney 4. Corsi the try. 25 minutes gone.
Yeah, well, Corsi gets the try, but I tell you what, they made them work hard for it, didn't they, the Panthers, but they just kept giving it away set after set after set, and eventually they were going to get him. They come up with some really nice one-on-one defence, the Panthers, but just couldn't finish off on that last play. Great decision there from Cody Walker to make sure that they ran it on play 5 and didn't go for the kick, and it was just out through the hands. It was a nice little play there from Latrell. He just holds the ball, makes To'o come in, and then throws over the top like a little bit of a basketball play, and then get their first try for the night, the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Down to the touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, you've seen why the Penrith Panthers had the best red zone defence. It was excellent. They came on some big tackles, but they kept working away to the South Sydney side. They went from one side of the field to the other. Good work on the inside by Colomatungi. He gave the ball to Cody Walker, and Seagwald did a good job, and Ed Corsi's over for a try. That was really slick work by South Sydney to score that try. And as you said, Andrew, they were made to work for it. The defence one-on-one was unbelievable. There's so many try savers in the lead up to that try.
I wonder if they pay a price though, Johnny, because they looked exhausted after that try was scored. Now Latrell Seagwald, 25 out, 4 in from the eastern touchline, and congrats to Edward Corsi. We need to keep looking up after out for this over this month. He did do the big arrow, the imaginary firing of an arrow. So there's a donation going to Diony's family. Here's Seagwald, 5 in from touch. Latrell strikes it, heading towards the post, across the face, no goal. But the Rabbitohs are on the board. Penrith 12, South Sydney 4, 13 minutes 30 left in this dramatic and very, very interesting first half. Around the grounds in the AFL, Sydney Swans 39 over the Western Bulldogs 10 in the second quarter. First quarter, Adelaide Crows 30, leading West Coast 8. The Australian men's basketball team are playing Guam in an Asian qualifier, and the Boomers lead Guam 3-0. So here's the restart. Don't forget the Socceroos at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning against Egypt. Round of 32 at the FIFA World Cup. It's going to be, I tell you what, I've been up watching Wimbledon all night. They've got Socceroos in the morning, all the great league action culminating in Origin 3 on Wednesday.
You should do an all-nighter tonight, all the way straight through to the NRLW tomorrow.
And what about then? I go to sleep and can't do the NRL game. There's South Sydney, mate. My all-nighters are long gone. The Rabbitohs, I've been giving it a whirl with Wimbledon, that's for sure. It comes to the right now for South Sydney's Fafita, and he's shoved across field, 33 out from his own line. Comfortable win last night for Alex Demonor into the third round. Behind Colomatungi, goes left to Walker, away to Duncan. He beat one tackle, and Tallis Duncan, geez, a player in form, isn't he? He's caught here 11 short of halfway. Plays at 16 in from the eastern touchline. Humphries goes right to Keon Colomatungi. Tackled in centre field, 3 metres short of halfway. He'll play it. Luron Patea looks like he's out there now for Penrith. Kick downfield from Ashton Ward. Dropping back is Tom Jenkins with the catch. 6 metres out from his own line. Heads to the 10, but a great chase. South Sydney's feeling very much on top at the moment, even though they're down 12-4 on the scoreboard after 27.5 minutes. Penrith work it right to Blaze to Lungy. He's tackled 18 out from his own line. When was the last time you did a through it? Stayed up all night doing something.
I think it was like last Wednesday.
I'm calling you out. But yes, lovely. Sends the ball right edge for Penrith. Tackle made here on Phillips, 14 short of halfway. Plays the ball to Lussick, spins it left to Dylan Edwards. He straightens, going to be wrapped up. 4 short of halfway. He scored a brilliant individual try early in the game. Here's the kick downfield down the last from Jack Cole. Towering kick. Getting underneath and taking the catch is Jennings. And then he's put to the ground by an enthusiastic chase coming there from Luron Patea. Now South Sydney work it to the right edge just outside their 30. The ball played by Whiten. Comes to the left side, Jennings. He's looked very good, Dane Jennings. Tackled 8 short of halfway by Patea, and also in there was Henry. Now Colomatungi up the middle into Smith and Lussick. Held is the call. 4 metres in Penrith territory. South with it down 12-4. Humphries goes short side right to Ashton Ward. Takes on the defensive line, but he's dealt with. Patea there again with Henry. 33 out from the goal line. Played now on the last. Comes left to Walker. He puts in the left foot kick. Jenkins near the touchline with the catch. 8 out from his own line. And Jai Gray like a little terrier dog around the ankles with the tackle. 14 out from the Penrith line. He plays at the goal, goes right to Lungy, lifted up, dumped into the deck. 18 out from his own goal line. Tremendous defence there from South Sydney. Now centre field Edwards. He's scored 25 out from his own line. 11 minutes left in the half. Penrith started so dominant, but now South's looking really good. 12-4 Penrith. Liram Patea, he's fell. 29 out from his own goal line. 15 in from touch western side. Lussick goes right to Sorensen. And he ambles his way into the defence. Put to the ground there by a couple of South Sydney defenders, including LeBlanc. Now comes right to Cogger on the last. Kicks from inside the 40. Straight down the throat, of course. He didn't have to move 22 out from his own goal line. But the chase is really good from Penrith. And 3 of them came in there. Henry, Phillips and Smith. 32 out from the south line. Played and goes short. So left to Gray. Nearly broke free. But he's caught 10 metres short of halfway. And another set restart given away by Penrith. They love giving them away. And South get towards the halfway line. Ball's going to be played now, and they spin it to the right side. Centre of the park goes Aiken, tackled 8 metres in Penrith territory. He plays it quickly, and to the left they go. Humphreys, Ward, Walker, Duncan. Left one in his wake, and then through the pass, straight to Brian Toll. Penrith has it back. Toll gets down nice and low, and he's scored 12 short of halfway. 12-4 Panthers, 9 minutes 30 left in the half.
Yeah, well, tell us, Duncan, he'd be spewing that he threw that ball because South Sydney were really starting to get on top, and the Panthers have been struggling to get out of their own end. They've been struggling with their kicking game as well, so it's a poor pass there from Charles Duncan.
Patea, a great pass though, keeps play alive for Penrith. It ends up in the hands of Edwards, and he's going to be put to the ground 40 metres out from the goal line. Now Lindsay Smith, he gets the pass away left edge as Penrith 32 metres out from the line, just onto the field now is going. He plays it, comes left for Cole, sends it along the ground, scooped up by Lindsay Smith. Poor pass, good hand from Billy Phillips. He's felled by Walker, 19 out from the south line. Last tackle, Edwards goes left to Cogger. The crossfield kick from 20 metres out. The target Jenkins against Jennings. Jenkins the catch. Throw behind him, Talangi. Talangi for the goal line. Don't tell me. No, we're going to the bunker. I thought he might have scored. Talangi, let's listen in.
Okay, tackle 6, Bucky. Got 2 elements. You need to clear the pick up from Blaze. Then I don't know if he actually gets it down in relation to his feet on the sideline.
But he went up no try. But this is a brilliant take here from Jennings.
Clear Penrith kick chases on side.
Jenkins.
He just gets up so high. Look at him. He is so high. But then the pass, now I reckon this pickup, I didn't see any drop ball live, but if he picks this ball up, it is brilliant from Brace to London.
That might be as high as I've ever seen a rugby league player leap.
Clean possession of the ball, playing on, pass backwards.
And nearly his own foot got in the road, Jenkins. And then what? Or did Talangi knock it on, trying to pick it
Just
up?
looking to see if Blaze takes clean possession.
It does look like there's a little bounce, but playing in real time here.
Play it in real time.
I'm happy with that.
Well, from that angle, I am too. It's slow motion. 8 minutes 42 left. Currently Penrith 12, South 4.
Blaze takes clean possession.
He does. That was a brilliant pickup. Then Whiten comes across, ball and all.
Contact from Jack Whiten.
He gets the ball down, but it just does his foot go out now. This is the last part.
Just looking at the leg here, Blaze
still in. Still in. And
at this point you can see the foot is into touch before any grounding. You have a decision.
So it will be a South play the ball 10 out from their own line. 12-4 Panthers, touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, what a triumvirate of great rugby league play then we witnessed. The leap from Tom Jenkins' AFL, that would win the award in the AFL. Then the pickup by Blaze Talangi was amazing. And then the defence of Jack White to prevent a try was also incredible. So we saw 3 really good individual bits of rugby league then.
This is a crazy fun game. Here's Edward Corsi from the restart. Tackled 18 out from his own line by Coe. Now comes to the left edge, Seawold. He's shoved back. 21 out from his own line. South with it, trailing 12-4. Ball played to Jamie Humphreys. Comes to the right, LeBlanc. Fires it away, Ward to Gray. Then to Whiten. Beautiful tackle around the ankles by Talangi. 28 out from his the south line. Gray goes left to Fafita. David Fafita Fafita again pretty heavily involved, stands in the tackle, 15 short of halfway. Plays it to Humphries, open side left to Gray, centre field. He's tackled about 9 short of halfway, bringing up the last for South. Humphries goes right, Ashton Ward kicks it pretty low end over end. Jenkins drops back with the catch, 15 out from his own line, sends a wobbly looking 15-metre pass to his right to Dylan Edwards in centre field, and Edwards is caught by the chase on his own 20-metre line. Humphries was up there with Ewan Aiken. Played to Cogger, goes right to To'o. Duncan and Seagwalder there with LeBlanc. About 26 out from the Penrith line. Now played. Cogger goes left to Paul Alamotti. And he goes 14 short of halfway. Penrith with it, leading 12-4. 7.5 minutes left in this one. In the first half, that is. Dylan Edwards dummies his way centre field within 2 of halfway. Caught by LeBlanc and Colomatungi. Now kicked downfield from Freddie Lussick. Bounces over the head of Edward Corsi. He picks it up 4 metres out from his own line. Sends the pass right to Jai Gray. Steps caught. Great chase. Great set in the end by Penrith. And Souths have a 10 out from their own line. Gray plays it to Ward. Goes left to Corsi. He's wrapped up 15 out from his own line. Plays it now to Humphries. Short side left to Seagwalt. Lindsay Smith is in there with Billy Phillips defensively, just outside the Rabbitohs 20-metre line. For Western Sydney Stadium, NRL Friday on ABC Sport. Colomatungi to Ward to Gray. Then away to White and straight past Jenkins. Then he got the pass to Jennings. He went without it. Then he slipped over. Picked up here. Comes to the left to Jenkins. Jai Gray tracks over. And he knocks him over the Western touchline. So it's going to be a South Sydney ball. 10 metres out for their own line. Jai Gray saved it with a wonderful tackle after Dane Jennings lost the ball, then fell to the ground. Wonderful break by Jack Whiten. And Jennings not only lost it, but he couldn't regain his footing. And it looked like Luke Lewis-Jenkins was going to score his 4,000th try of the year. What a tackle by Gray.
Yeah, great tackle there by Gray to get Jennings into the touchline.
Jenkins.
What do I keep saying? I keep calling
Jennings is his opposite.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, Jenkins. But
Big Jeno.
Yeah, Big Milky. He's been playing well. He's been great out there, but he gets taken out there. Beautiful defence by Jai Gray. But that's where I would like to see the free play. That's where I'd like to see the free play. But well done to South Sydney for defending it.
Rabbitohs now take it outside their 10. 5 minutes, 40 to go in the half. Penrith 12, South Sydney 4. Now they attack the short side left to Corsi. Runs into 3 defenders. Down he goes. Phillips over the top. Also in there was Cogger, 26 out from the south line. Humphries goes right. Walker, Colomatungi, Ward. Turns it into Gray. And in the Lindsay Smith tackle, got the pass back to Walker. He's up over the 30. Felled in centre field. 15 metres short of halfway. Scott Sorensen was involved. Played to Humphries. Open side left to Colomatungi. Great run by Keon. He's caught 2 metres in Penrith's half. Played on the last. And it comes right to Ward. Kicks across his body. Dylan Edwards read it perfectly. He's got the catch. 10 metres out from his own goal line. Watching these two fullbacks tonight's been a treat, hasn't it? Dylan Edwards and Jai Gray. Edwards plays it on his 20. Comes left to Brian To'o. Is on a stepping run, but knocked to the deck. 26 out from his own line. Plays it quickly, though. Lussick goes left. Stepping run here from Jenkins. Taken by Fafita. 13 short of halfway, and also there was Ward. Played to Lussick. Goes right to Edwards with the right foot step. LeBlanc's down low. Finished off over the top by the defenders Ward and Aiken. Now Cogger. He sends the ball to the right side, and Penrith are 8 metres in South Sydney territory. That's where the tackle's made on going. Now comes right to Cogger. He runs at the defence and puts up a kick to the northeast corner, way too shallow. Easily taken by Corsi. South have it. 15 out for their own line. 4 and a bit left in the half. 12-4 Panthers. Touchline, Johnny Gibbs.
Well, it's been some really good performances tonight, and some of them are coming from the little blokes on the field. Ashton Ward and Jai Gray have been superb for South Sydney, and Blaze Talangi for Penrith, who's a little guy also. But Jai Gray, that shows you how good that step was from Dylan Edwards, because we've seen him pick off the big boys but couldn't get the fleet-footed Edwards.
Speaking of big boys, here's Fafita tackle, 28 out from his own goal line. Plays the ball to Humphries. Goes left to Colomatungi through a huge gap. Got past going. Now taken by Sorensen, Smith and Patea. About 4 short of halfway. On the last to come, short side right to Ward. End over end kick. Jenkins drops back with the catch. 10 metres out from his own goal line. Threatened a long ball again to Edwards. Takes on the chase, headed by White, and he's caught. 19 out from his own line. 3 minutes 20 left in the half. Penrith 12, South 4 now to Lungy. He straightens into Colomatungi and LeBlanc. 28 out from his own line. Around the grounds, AFL second quarter. Swans 51 thrashing Western Bulldogs 18. And quarter time in Perth, Adelaide Crows thrashing the West Coast Eagles 38-9. And in the men's basketball Asian qualifier, Boomers leading Guam 21-10. So here's Penrith now, centre of the ground. South Sydney's defence comes across. Penrith 1 metre in South territory. The ball played by Calder Lussick goes right Smith to Cogger, then got a short pass away as Phillips is taken 30 metres out from the South goal line. Last tackle Penrith, they work it left. Crossfield kick from Cogger. Jenkins is the target against Jennings. Up they go. Jennings the catch for South Sydney. Brilliant work by the youngster. 11 metres out from his own goal line. Sorensen was pounding through as well, as now the Rabbitohs have it, Louis, about 19 out from their own line. That's where Whiten is tackled.
Yeah, I was waiting for Jenkins to get up nice and high again. He was trying to get his run up, but they did a good job, South Sydney, to get the blockers in the right position and not give him an opportunity. And really nice take there from Jennings as well.
It's been a good battle, hasn't it? Jenkins against the young Jennings. Here's a pass that's juggled by Edward Corsi, and he's going to be shoved over the touchline just as he's about to go over. He threw the pass back in field, and in the end, he got the ball, but it went forward. Cody Walker dived on it. Knock on is the call that South are going to challenge with a minute 52 to go.
Chris, tackle 3 in the 4, mate. On-field ruling, got a knock on South.
Yeah, I challenge it too. So I think it come off a Penrith player when they were trying to pass it there, South Sydney, to find his winger. So I think what they're trying to say is that it come off Penrith and went forward. That's the challenge from South Sydney.
It's one of these halves of footy, Louis, that's almost...
There's the pass, comes off the forward of Brian Toto knocks it on.
Just looking at the thumb here, Brian Toto. South to Jai Gray passes the ball. The ball deflects forward off the thumb of Brian Toto, which is the first knock on.
Louis, I've got to ask you a question.
Ball's then knocked on by South. The captain's challenge is successful.
I love you like family. You're one of the great players for Penrith, Cronulla, New South Wales, Australia. You're one of the great pests in the history of the universe. We've worked together since 2019. That pass was conservatively 180 metres from where we sit. And you saw it touch the tip of Brian Toto's thumb. How? You can't remember whether you played at the MCG or a back park at Kellyville, but you saw that. How?
I can see the little detail there, Andrew.
You are a freak. Here's South with the scrum win for feet of court 9 short of halfway. Down to the touchline, John Gibbs.
He couldn't remember Port Macquarie either. Forget that one. That's infamous.
Well, neither could you as Coffs Harbour.
Yeah. That's why I said it. Just to see if you're on your toes. And this game is really livening up. Here goes South down that left side again.
Yeah, Seagull gives his tackle 4 metres in Penrith territory by Toto, ball and all. 12 in from the eastern touchline. Now the Rabbitohs. They're right back in this game, but they're only down 12-4. They're down 12-0 early. As now the ball played by Humphreys to LeBlanc. Goes right to Colomatungi. He goes on a bit of a shimmy and then straightens. Good run again. Finally tackled 31 out from the Penrith line. Last tackle Rabbitohs. How long to go? 1 minute to go in the half. The kick by Jamie Humphreys. Dylan Edwards flies high in heavy traffic. Did he catch it? No, he knocked it on. There was great pressure from Whiten and Gray, among others, and Dylan Edwards dropped it on the way down, so South will get a scrum feed. 10 out from the Penrith line. Ticking clock, 44 seconds to go. It'll be 10 in from the western touchline, and South taking an eternity to pack in. Now they get time off with 36 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, they'll take their time here, Penrith. Still like 13 seconds before they have to get into the scrum. But that was a tough take there from Dylan Edwards. But yeah, big set here. What are they going to get? They're going to get 30 seconds. 36 seconds, the Panthers have got to hold out.
Jai Gray feeds the scrum. Picked up at the base. And Humphreys whips it left to Ward, to Walker, then to Seagull. Seagull takes on Alamotti, steps in field court. 5 out from the goal line. Inside 30 seconds left in the half. Ball played to Walker. Long ball goes right to Humphreys. Double pumps it out the back to LeBlanc. He gives it to Ward, to Gray. Jai Gray got the pass away to Jennings. This time he gets the try. Will not be denied in the southwest corner. Try to South. So Penrith's come close a couple of times in the last 10 minutes. But Dane Jennings was denied earlier in the game by stupidity from his own captain. This time he scores on the stroke of half-time. Penrith 12, South Sydney 8. Time is up, but there will be a kick to come, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, outstanding football here from South Sydney, but they've been running this play from their own end. They set up on that left edge and they come straight back to this right side, and their execution, all the ball out in front. They get the ball there to Jai Gray with a bit of speed. It just makes Jenkins look in, think, is his centre going to get him? I have to turn in, and then it leaves a beautiful open space there for Dane Jennings, and he gets the ball and he gets it down with a massive smile on his face. Had some really strong carries tonight as well. He had that one little error. He was very upset with himself, but he just finished it off there. Great try there from the Bunnies.
What about the end of the half for South Sydney, John Gibbs?
The ball movement was superb then. From the left side to right side, they have really troubled the Penrith defence. They're just moving them all around the park, but that was really good. But the most important work there was done by Jai Gray, because he just got Thomas Jenkins. He held the ball up long enough, as you say, Lou, to get Thomas Jenkins interested, and Jenkins went in, and then he gave the ball to Dane Jennings, and he gets his first try in first grade. And I think they're on good terms with themselves, because they started poorly. We know the brain snap from Cody Walker. So if they can get this, and they're only 2 points down, whether it's 4 or 2, they'll be on good terms with themselves.
I agree. 2 tries apiece. Here's Latrell Seagull, 26 out, half a metre in from the western touchline, 12-8 Penrith, the last play of the first half. Seagull in the fluorescent orange boots. Moves in, he strikes it, it's heading towards the post, he likes it, he's kicked the goal. Seagull 1 from 2, Penrith 12, South Sydney 10, NRL Friday on ABC Sport. We've got a ripper. Boy, did some things happen in that half. 12-10 to Penrith, who just burst out of the block spectacularly. Tried to Dylan Edwards in the 4th minute, Liam Henry in the 13th minute, Paul Alamotti 2 goals from 2 attempts, 1 restart. And then for South Sydney, tries to Edward Corsi in the 25th minute, Dane Jennings in the 40th minute, Latrell Seagull 1 goal from 2 attempts, Cody Walker sin bid in the 11th minute and placed on report for kicking Jack Cogger. 5 restarts for South Sydney, penalties, 1 apiece by my tally. In fact, 2-1 to South, 2-1 to South Sydney, the penalties. But the scoreline in favour of Penrith, just Luke Lewis at half-time, 12-10. What a half that was.
Yeah, with you, I think it was a great half of football. There was a whole lot going on. There are not a lot of tries on the board, but there's just something happening all the time. I feel like Penrith are on top. South Sydney really wrestled their way back into the game when Cody Walker come back onto the field. That's some really good football, and I like what South Sydney are doing in their attack. They're attacking from 30 metres out. That's what I love, asking questions out wide. Their execution's been really, really good, and we've seen some outstanding goal line defence from the mighty Panthers as well. So, all in all, great game of rugby league.
Yeah, Gibbsy, you had a bit to say there just after the try was scored. I agree with you about South Sydney, and Penrith, they've got a very inexperienced bench. This is going to be crucial just after half-time for them.
Yeah, it is, and Cody Walker's got to make it up to his team, because he cost them a try. They should be in front. South Sydney should be in front, despite the dominance of Penrith in terms of the scoreboard. They went to that 12-0 lead, but every time they shifted the ball, they seemed to be in trouble, the Penrith defence. But the ball movement was excellent, and we saw some really good individual performances in that first half. We've seen some great passages of play, and it's gone from one end to the other, and brilliant stuff. And I've got to say, Dylan Edwards has done a great job, but he's dropped the ball at the end, and that kick was from Jamie Humphries. Ashton Ward and Jamie Humphries have kicked quite well, and that's why Jack Colson decided to assist with the kicking with Jack Cogger. So kicking has been a feature, but I've got to admire the resilience of South Sydney, because they looked like they were off at the start of the game, but they bounced back strongly.
Just time for a couple of texts, 0467920222. If you're asking whether Cody Walker's on report, I believe he was. It doesn't matter, though. That's quite irrelevant since he's been sin bin, because the match review committee will look at it anyway. But again, we think he should have been set off, and One says here, that's not a fine in my opinion. It's 1 or 2 weeks. Imagine the kids seeing that at home. Yeah, that was exactly my thought. If all that sport isn't enough for you, Andrew, the Tour de France starts tomorrow night. As H.G. Nelson has always said, it's a week where too much sport is never enough. Thank you, Tiger Matt. Great call as always, lads. Driving back from Yamba to Grafton Listing. Shout out to my beautiful partner, Donna, and the lads, Willie and Lachlan. Kat says, good evening, Andrew, Louis, Johnny. We also have the Tour de France starting on Sunday. The only thing that I do an all-nighter for, unless, of course, for the Socceroos, mate, the finals are an Aussie plays in the final at Wimbledon. Yeah, the Tour de France does not get me, I've got to say. I love looking at it, just looking at the view. Guys, did I hear Luke say spewing? Love it, says Jason. Yeah, you did. And Ron, the Rooster at Foster, will there be any further action by the NRL regarding that brain snap? There should be. That'll be a focus of the match review committee tomorrow. John Gibbs is here. Luke Lewis, I'm Andrew Moore on ABC Sport. It is NRL Friday around the grounds in the AFL at the SCG now half-time. Sydney Swans on top of the Western Bulldogs, and the scoreline 53-26 to the Swans. While in the second quarter in Perth, Adelaide Crows 45, West Coast Eagles 16, and in the Asian Cup basketball, the Boomers thrashing 42-20. All right, second half to come. Right now, let's head to the ABC newsroom.
ABC News, I'm Eliza Getzi. A statue in Perth of former WA footballer Nicky Winmar will be removed after he was found guilty of assaulting a woman in Victoria in May last year. Callum Lidlow has the details.
The bronze statue outside Perth Stadium was unveiled in 2019. It immortalises a moment during an AFL match in 1993 when, after facing racial abuse from fans, the Noongar man raised his St Kilda Guernsey and pointed to his skin. The WA government has announced it's ordered for the statue to be removed, with WA Premier Roger Cook saying violence against women is never acceptable. He says the statue is no longer appropriate and its removal should send a strong message to the community. Winmar has been found guilty of 3 counts of unlawful assault and common law assault. The matter will return to court in August.
New South Wales opposition leader Kelly Sloan says she's accepted the offer of Shadow Attorney General Damien Tudorhope to step down from the front bench after he was called as a witness to the state's Independent Commission Against Corruption. Mr Tudorhope announced this afternoon he would step aside until the hearings ended, as the inquiry into political donations involved several people with whom he had close relationships during his career. He says there's no suggestion of any wrongdoing by him and that he is not under investigation. There are concerns the deadly H5 bird flu strain could become more prevalent across Australia. The strain was first detected in a bird around 2 weeks ago in southern Western Australia, with 3 more birds since being confirmed with it in the state, as well as one in South Australia. Samples from another bird found north of Perth, as well as one found on the New South Wales mid-north coast, are currently being tested as suspected cases. The CEO of the Invasive Species Council, Jack Goff, says the strain represents a real threat to the nation.
Not surprising, but I think it says to us that this is very real. You know, a continued outbreak of one of the worst wildlife diseases going around the planet could be very soon established in Australia.
The United Nations Human Rights Chief has urged the world to act, saying another human rights catastrophe is unfolding in Sudan. Patricia Tiano has the details.
The human rights body has called for an emergency session on Sudan after reports the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary is massing forces around the city of El Obeid. The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, told delegates in Geneva the signs are unmistakable. A human rights catastrophe is unfolding. It's been likened to the fall of El Fasher last October, when thousands of civilians were slaughtered. He says civilians in El Obeid have been subjected to siege-like conditions for 18 months. With shortages of clean water reaching a critical point amid relentless drone strikes.
A prominent anti-abortion campaigner who's encouraged people to vote for One Nation may have breached tough new political funding laws. Here's National Regional Health reporter Lucy Barber.
Joanna Howe registered as a third party for South Australia's March election. Third parties are people or organisations intending to spend money influencing voters. By law, they must declare political spending above $5,000. Joanna Howe spent more than $200,000 on social media ads during the disclosure period, including $34,000 targeting South Australian voters, politicians and political issues, mainly abortion. But Ms Howe did not declare that spending to the Electoral Commission in what appears to be a breach of state laws. Ms Howe says she's received legal advice that she's in the clear.
An aerial search is continuing into the night tonight as two teenagers remain missing in a southeast Queensland national park. Two 17-year-old boys from Palm Beach failed to return from an overnight hike in Killarney's Main Range National Park on Wednesday. The land search was suspended as of about 6 o'clock this evening, but emergency services will endeavour to search the area by air throughout the night. Anyone who's seen the boys or has information on their whereabouts is being urged to contact police. And Australia's Egyptian community will be getting together to support their team as they face the Socceroos in a knockout World Cup match early tomorrow morning. State and territory governments have granted many pubs across the country permission to stay open through the night in the lead up to the 4 a.m. game. Jay Shahada from the Middle Eastern restaurant Keef Cafe in Melbourne says the city's Egyptian community are hopeful of spoiling the Socceroos party.
We have obviously couches and sofas. It's our mini stadium for this tournament. So we're going to actually have probably a lot of the Egyptian spectators.
And you're up to date with all the latest from ABC News.
The crowd ready to witness some history.
The Wallaby gold is back.
He's got 50 to run. Max Jorgensen is going to score for Australia.
ABC Sport is your home of the Wallabies this month.
And Australia wins the Test match.
Tune in for every home test on ABC Listen. Just look for the ABC Sport Extra button. ABC Sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
13 short of halfway, 20 in from the eastern touchline. Play to Cogger, goes short side right to Alamotti off Edwards. Then a wrap-round ball to Edwards. He's over the 40, sits past Gray, plants another one on Dylan Edwards and he's met. He's going to race 50 metres to score. Dylan Edwards, brilliant. Goes right to Ward to Gray to Whiten. He got the pass away to the right wing and diving over to score is Jennings. He's first up. What a pass from Whiten, but the referee says no, not yet.
Okay, Chris.
Plays the ball and then walks over and kicks him.
Got no try, mate.
He did. He kicked him straight in the leg.
Under review. Possible foul play back here from Cody Walker.
Forget the word possible.
Frustration from Cody, you'll get 10 in the bin.
That's
That's
what'll happen. You're in the bin.
That's soft as. Anyone kid watching this, you can go up and bloody kick someone and you stay on the field. What a joke. Last tackle South. Ball play to Humphrey. Goes centre field left, Colomatungi. Out the back to Walker. Then a pass to Seagwald. Seagwald over the top. The Corsi was a forward. No. Try to South. They run it on the last. Penrith, honestly, look out on its feet. Try to Corsi. The Bunnies are in and it's a whole new ball game.
ABC Sports coverage of the NRL Premiership on your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio
and ABC Listen.
Yeah, we've got a thriller on our hands at Western Sydney Stadium. Penrith 12, South Sydney 10 at half-time. On the text line 0467 920222. Gibbsy, that's gold. Macquarie, Harper or Coffs. I didn't know what's real anymore. It's like an onion layer after layer from Huey. My favourite three at the ABC, always best regards. Rooster Cam, nice to hear from you, Rooster Cam. Hi, looking for some morsels from Mr. Gibbs. The scorecard on teams giving away 6 agains, and overall is the number increasing year on year from Helen. You down there, Johnson?
Yes, I'm here, Andrew.
I don't expect, that was very official. I don't expect you to have the numbers, of course, but I would say this year's higher than last year, for example, but the numbers do seem to be going down. The amount of set restarts.
Yeah, I think so. I think they realised that there was too many and there was a little bit of backlash because there was so many and they were so random. They're unaccountable most times. So I would say that a side like Penrith, there's no doubt that they don't mind giving them away in close to the line. They had the best red zone defence in the league and you can see why. But one of those that they did tonight was on about the 4th and 5th tackle. Now that's that's just stupidity. But I would say generally it started with a spike, and there has been a down, down and plateaued.
I do have some numbers here, so I'm just going back. Melbourne Parramatta round 1, Amy Park, there were 14. Last Sunday, Canberra and St George Illawarra, there were only 4 set restarts. Now I'll just go randomly here. Penrith Cronulla Bathurst, there were 14. That was in round 2. Round 2, Manly at Brookvale against Newcastle, there were 11. There were 7 Parramatta Dragons round 3, South Canterbury round 5, Good Friday there were only 3 set restarts. There were 4 between South and Canberra round 6, round 9 Parramatta and the Warriors, there were 15 of them.
The only question we're not asking though, who's refereeing the game?
Well, can't do everything. No. But yeah, well, I definitely think they've gone down. Penrith's games might be an exception to that, as Dippy said. Also on the text line, thanks Maureen the crew for the call. Why is Talangi in the centres? Doesn't he have defensive issues? Would love your thoughts on why they moved him there. From Sam at Beecroft. Yeah, it was an odd decision to start with Jack Cole. He was listed at centre, but he's not played in the centre, so he's in the halves, and Talangi moves out to the centres. A strange decision. Maybe Ivan Cleary just wants a look at him out there.
To be fair though, he's doing a good job in defence.
He has done okay today, yeah. Despite the brain fight by you-know-who, South still looking good tonight. Suspension coming, says Rowdy Andy. Agree it was a shocker by Walker. Perhaps the bunker saw the foul play and the tackle and took it into consideration. I doubt that, Jen, very much. They had to act only on what Cody Walker did, and had there been any foul play, they would have ruled on that as well. But yeah, we'll see what the match review committee comes up with tomorrow. Anyway, for all of that, and we'll get back to your text straight after the game. We're with you until 10:30 tonight. Lou, it's been a great fun first 40 minutes, but Penrith's got work to do here.
Yeah, they've got a lot of work to do. They're in front at the moment, but it has been a great game of footy in the opening 40 minutes. But I do believe South Sydney have got a really nice attack to that right edge, and it's caused a bit of drama for the Panthers. Obviously going over towards Blaze Talangi's side, and I think Jenkins is just a little bit hesitant. Does he stay out? Has he got the speed to cover Jack White, because he's turning in a fair bit? So it wouldn't surprise me in this second half they continue to lay that left side and then shift to that right edge.
All right, let's see what happens next. South Sydney to get us underway here with Luke Lewis, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore on NRL Friday. Tomorrow we're on air from 2 o'clock at Jubilee. Myself, Louis, Michael Carianis, and Cronulla Sutherland's outstanding NRLW fullback Jada Taylor to join me for the NRLW game between the Dragons and Canberra at 3:15. Then Tigers and Dragons in the NRL from 5:30. Here's Penrith from the kickoff. They have it 14 out for their own goal line. Patea plays the ball to Lussick. Works it short side left as Penrith take it 24 metres out from their own goal line. Sorensen the player tackle. Now comes open side right to Lindsay Smith. The front rower playing in the 13 jersey tonight with Isaiah Yeo on origin duty. Here he's caught just outside his 30. Played to Lussick. Sends it right to Billy Phillips. And he's on his back. About 14 short of halfway. 4 tackles into the set. Played to Lussick. Open side left it goes as Penrith get to within 5 metres of halfway. And the tackle there made on going. It's played now to Lussick on the last. Goes right to Cogger. Shallow kick. Straight down the throat again, of course. 20 out from his own line. Steps into the chase of Phillips and Alamotti at To'o. And down he goes, 29 out from his own line. 1 minute gone, second half. Penrith 12, South Sydney 10. Penrith the first 12 points. South the next 10 points. And of course he's made a measurement playing the footy. So a drop ball by South Sydney, and Penrith will get a scrum feed, 31 out from the South Sydney line. 1 minute 10 gone second half. Penrith 12, South 10.
Well, that's the start that Penrith wanted. They didn't get too far out of their own end. Oh, we've seen a bit of a touch there on the leg there as well.
Like Colin Matangi on Cogger.
Nothing in it. But that's the start they wanted, the Panthers. South Sydney come up with an error on very first opportunity they get the ball coming out of their own end. And they're going to get a good look at South Sydney's line nice and early. But yeah, that was a soft error there from South Sydney.
So the scrum to be fed, and Penrith taking a 10 in from the western touchline via Jack Cole. In it goes, out it comes. Lussick sends it left to Dylan Edwards. Plays out the back to Cogger. He got a short ball on as well, and Penrith are 25 metres out from the goal line as the tackle's made on Scott Sorensen. Played to Lussick, goes right to Smith, turns it on the inside to Going. He's caught 19 out from the south goal line. Lussick comes right to Lindsay Smith. Oh, what a tackle, Liam LeBlanc's head on. Drove Smith into the deck. 13 out from the line, 15 in from the western touchline. Lussick dummy half, goes left Going, then away to Cogger. The pass on to Cole, and Jack Cole steps straight into the defenders. Down he goes, 13 out from the line. 2 tackles left for the South Sydney defence here. Lussick goes right to Smith, turns it in Patea, straight into the waiting arms of Ewan Aiken. 7 out from the line, right in front of the southern post. Played on the last, Lussick goes right to Going to Cogger. Terrible pass, good hands by Edwards. Then away to Alamotti. Aliu pass back to Edwards. He puts it on the toe of the in-goal area, and it's Keon Kolomatangi back there who whacks it over the dead ball line. So we've seen 2 front rowers save the day for South in goal in this game. First half, Tavita Tatola at the northern end, and this time Keon Kolomatangi. Line drop out Rabbitohs, who trailed 12-10 after 3 minutes of the second half.
I actually thought Keon Kolomatangi was going to lead this kick here when Dylan Edwards got the ball. I don't think he realised it was, I didn't think he saw any of the Panthers players coming through, but he's lucky he hit it dead because that was try time there.
Ashton Ward floats the line drop out. Gray against Edwards. Edwards dropped it backwards, taps it back to top. Oh, Penrith has it. 20 out from the line as he's tackled there by Gray. Plays the ball to Lussick. Open side left to Billy Phillips. And Phillips is taken in a 3-man tackle. 15 out for the Rabbitohs goal line. Dummy half Lussick. Goes right to Going, spins in the tackle of Humphreys, and Feld 7 out from the goal line in the southwest corner of Western Sydney Stadium. Lussick spins it left to Lindsay Smith, taken there by Aitken and Kolomatangi. 6 out in front of the left upright. Penrith with the footy to the right, Patea. He scored 2 metres out from the goal line. Last tackle Penrith. Lussick spins it away left to Cogger. Crossfield kick to the wing of Jenkins. It's a really shallow kick. That was terrible from Cogger. Great catch by Dane Jennings. He's got it 16 out from his own goal line. Quickly played. Comes left to Whiten. Whiten accelerates. Scored 30 out from his own line. 4 gone second half. Penrith 12, South 10. Touchline, Johnny Gibbs. And South have lost it again, Johnny.
Yeah, another mistake. Had to play the ball Jack Whiten there. Too much haste. Really, they've done a really good job. Their defensive line speed, and they are frustrating Penrith, but they're frustrating themselves as well. They are jumping off their line so quickly, South Sydney.
Yeah, their defence was really good. And this is an area you really notice that Nathan Cleary's not there, the kicking game from Penrith. There's a good effort by Dane Jennings, and then Whiten took off and lost the ball, having been tackled.
They got too excited, South City, making really good meters, quick play the balls. They got a little bit too excited that they got the ball where they did, but they just can't keep making errors. They will make you pay eventually, even though they haven't got the likes of Nathan Cleary or Isaiah Yeo, they'll still make you pay.
From the scrum win, 28 out plays it. Lindsay Smith goes left, Patea backs his way into the defence. Caught 20 metres out from the south line. Penrith up 12-10. Played to Lussick, goes right to Smith, out the back to Cogger, then to Dylan Edwards. Edwards gets right down low into the defence of Walker and taken 11 metres out. Help came from Tallis Duncan. Now comes left away to Billy Phillips. And straight into Duncan. And LeBlanc about 5 out from the goal line. Penrith attack, Lussick goes himself into Gray. And Duncan and shoved back 4 metres out. Wasted tackle there for Penrith. It is the last. Dylan Edwards in a dummy half. Fires a long ball left to Cogger. Crossfield kick looking for Jenkins again, up against Jennings. Oh, Jennings got there first, got his hands to it and knocked it on.
He hits the ground, I believe he knocked it on in goal. He hits the ground.
So a knock on Dane Jennings. Will South Sydney challenge it? A line drop out is a ruling from Adam G, and South are going to challenge. 6 minutes into the second half.
On-field ruling, as he goes to ground, I thought he used the ground to maintain possession and knocked it on in goal. If not, it's also grounded with a defender there.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So it's still going to be a Penrith ball no matter what.
So
Penrith kick chase is onside. It's a fair contest.
He juggled at Jennings too.
Day knocks the ball backwards.
Clutches it again.
And then grounds it. He says he grounds the ball there.
Yeah, otherwise
Just looking at the end part of the play to see if he knocks the ball on.
I'm with you, Louis. I think he grounds it first anyway.
Yeah. As soon as he catches the ball, the point of the ball touches the ground. Well, not in that angle, but there. It touches the ground, so it's planted on the ground.
He's kept the ball up beyond that as he rolled into the field of play. 5 minutes 54 gone second half. Penrith leading South 12-10. So that
negates his own knock-on and pins it against his body. There's no knock-on.
And
he now gets back into the field of play before hands placed on him. The challenge is successful.
Jump from Bucky.
So they say...
Oh, hang on. He's saying where he jumped from, Bucky.
I heard that. Where did he jump from, Bucky?
Yeah, just hold up.
Let's find out. Where did he jump from, Bucky?
The original jumps in the end goal will be a 20-metre restart.
Wow.
Good question there, Adam G.
So successful challenge for South Sydney. Penrith have had all the ball in the second half and can't score as from the restart. Corsi is forced back 23 out from his own line. Let's check in downstairs. Johnny Gibbs.
Now, how would you think, when you saw that, you could understand Adam G make that decision. They go and they look at it. Luckily they had a captain's challenge. Referees, part of their key performance indicators, go on whether they've had successful challenges or not. Fair dinkum.
Yes, Dallas Duncan caught 10 metres short of halfway. 15 in for the Western touchline. I think this will all give South Sydney a huge boost. Kolomatangi to Ward to Fafita. He scored 2 metres short of halfway. Penrith still in front though by 12-10 and late in the tackle count. Penrith do what it does all the time, gives away another set restart. Here's Keon Kolomatangi up the middle. Souths are ready to pounce on Penrith here. Kolomatangi's tackled 36 metres away. Ball played to Humphreys. Goes right to Ward. Links up out the back, through hands it goes. Walker to Gray to White and Jenkins in to make the tackle. Off the wing, about 25 out for the line, 9 in for the eastern touchline. Gray dummy half. Send to left to Ward. Back on the inside to Liam LeBlanc and he dropped it. If they can hold the ball for one set, South, I reckon they can get Penrith. Comes to the right to Alamotti. He flicks it out the back to on the angled run, he's felled. 15 short of halfway and 8 in from the western touchline. Ball be played now to Cogger. Goes left to Alamotti. Crowd figure just coming through here as well by Ralphie Tucker. 15,163. Thanks, Ralphie. 15,163 on a Friday night at Western Sydney Stadium. So Penrith with the ball just in South territory. Lussick goes right to Edwards. Edwards steps his way through one court. 10 metres in South Sydney territory on play 3. Dummy half Lussick. Comes right to Lindsay Smith. Out the back to Cogger. Quick hands to Phillips. But Dallas Duncan, beautiful in defence. Holds him up about 31 metres out from the line. 15 in from the western touchline. Lussick sends it centre field left to Cogger. Dummies inside. Goes outside. Through hands. Cole. Links up with Sorensen. And Scott Sorensen tackled. 22 out from the south line. 19 in from the eastern touchline. Played on the last to Lussick. Open side right to Cogger. Puts up the kick. Cogger had Jenkins coming through with Talangi. Up they go. Ball ends up with Tom Jenkins. Jenkins put the fence on 9. Does he get it down for a try? Penrith celebrate. And the referee says try. Slitting that arrow, Tom Jenkins. He sends the imaginary arrow into the crowd to raise more money for Jai and his family. 8 minutes 30 gone second half. Penrith 16. South Sydney 10. The try to Tom Jenkins.
Yeah, look where Tom Jenkins actually comes from. He comes from about 10 metres behind the kicker on the inside of the field. Chases the ball hard, comes down with it, and I tell you what, we can't see the put down from here. It looks like he gets it down, and he does a great job, and he gets up with a great try celebration there as well. But
this head
holds him off, and right.
How did he get that down, John Gibbs? That is a phenomenal finish from Milky.
Yeah, magnificent, and really that's going to give plenty of impetus to Penrith because they've been struggling. South Sydney's defence has been absolutely fantastic, and they've been struggling to break that defensive line, the Panthers. But he did, I saw him, Louis, you're right. I reckon he was 15 behind, came with a big leap, and somehow was able to hold Dane Jennings and then Jai Gray at bay and get the ball down. So he is a freak, Tom Jenkins, there's no doubt about that. Just by the way, that was a mistake by Liam LeBlanc about the third in succession for South Sydney that gave Penrith enough ball. They weren't really in the hunt.
I was going to say, South's completed a set this half.
No, they've made 3 errors. They've had 3 sets and it's 10 minutes in.
Here's Paul Alamotti, 24 metres out, just in from the eastern touchline. Penrith 16, South 10. 30 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Here's Paul Alamotti, who was 2 from 2 in the first half. This is his biggest challenge. Moves in with the right boot, Alamotti. He strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. That's great. The pigeon boom off the crossbar. Just made it over. But a very important kick from Alamotti. Penrith by 8. Panthers 18. South Sydney 10 here at Western Sydney Stadium. 3 tries to 2 to Penrith. And Tom Jenkins just keeps on scoring them. Round the grounds, third quarter AFL, Swans 54, leading Western Bulldogs 33. Half-time in Perth, Adelaide Crows 59, West Coast 29. The Australian in action at Wimbledon tonight takes to court in just over 40 minutes, and that's Daria Kasatkina against Japan's Naomi Osaka. Big test for Kasatkina. So now Penrith play 2. It comes right from Lussick to Lindsay Smith. And he's going to be tackled 18 now from his own line, and the Aussie Boomers are absolutely making mincemeat out of Guam in the Asian men's basketball qualifier. Boomers 65, Guam 26 in half-time. Penrith 27 out from their own line. Lussick to his feet, plays the ball to Edwards, sends it left it going, runs into LeBlanc and 2 others, including Kolomatangi. 32 out from his own goal line. Freddie Lussick out of dummy half. Darts goes himself, gains about 10, caught 8 short of halfway, bringing up the last. Edwards into dummy half. Goes to the left to Cole. Midfield bomb from Jack Cole. Going down to the South Sydney 30-metre line. Talangi with the chase and the catch. Got the pass. Back it goes for Penrith. A little flick ball to Lungy. Puts in a stab kick over the top. It's not that flash. Jennings has it for South. 12 out from his own line. Tell you what, he's done a lot of good, Dane Jennings. As now South Sydney work it open side left. 23 out from their own goal line. Jack Whiten plays the ball. They work it short side right again, South Sydney. And it's Jennings, scored 31 out from his own line, plays it. It's 5 left to Kolomatangi to Walker. Then a cut-out ball to Siegwald. Alamotti's got him wrapped up, 14 short of halfway. Can South complete a set? It's played down to Walker. Short side left, they go to Gray. Through his man, got it to Corsi. Back in field to Gray. Then he linked up with Walker and has his legs taken from underneath. And great tackle by Alamotti. 40 out from the Penrith line. Played on the last tackle to Humphries. Goes right to Ward. Puts up the kick to the northwest corner. Edwards being challenged. No, he takes it beautifully. 12 out from his own line before he's tackled by Kolomatangi and Siegwald. And Penrith has the footy back, leading 18-10. 11 minutes 30 gone second half. They spread it left to Jenkins. And Tom Jenkins tackled 12 out from his own line. At least they completed the set there, South. It wasn't a bad one at all.
Yeah, absolutely. They did complete a set. They looked sharp down that left edge there as well. But they just got to tighten up these offloads from the Panthers at the moment, because they're starting to make some inroads right up through the middle of the field.
That time it was Cole over the 30, plays it. Lussick goes right to Edwards. It's been great, Dylan Edwards. Tackled here 5 short of halfway by Kolomatangi. Played to Lussick. Sends it right to Cogger. Switches it back centre field left to going. He got straight through LeBlanc. Downfield, 9 metres in South Territory by Humphries. Played on the last to Lussick. Goes left, running at the line is Cole. Left it too late. Did get the kick away. Picked up by Sorensen. Then he floats one out the back to Lungy. He gets it away to the right side of Lindsay Smith. Basketball pass over the top, but they're a metre short where Phillips is tackled. Who saved the day there for South Sydney? 1 metre out from the line. It was Dane Jennings. Brilliant tackle. It looked like Penrith was going to score one of the more spectacular tries of the year.
Yeah, well, it wasn't the nicest kick. It was really good kick pressure there from South Sydney, but the ball ended up bouncing perfectly there for the Panthers, and they kept the ball alive. Some really nice skill. Yeah, but you're right, Jennings just comes from nowhere. He's had a really good game. He's only come up with 1 error, but there's something about young Dane Jennings. He just looks strong. He looks fast. I'm not too sure how old he is, but he looks really good out there on that right edge.
Well, now Jai Gray is staying down here for South Sydney, clutching the back of his neck. So we'll see if anything comes from that. So Jai Gray with the trainer. For Tom Jenkins, by the way, that was his 23rd try of the year. Now Jai Gray, there's going to be no penalty. He's still with the trainer. It is 18-10 Penrith. We're checking downstairs. John Gibbs.
Well, hasn't this turned out to be an exciting game? And really, South Sydney have been the better side in the second half, certainly. And it's been the Penrith side who scored a great try because of Thomas Jenkins. That was almost another try completely against the run of play. This is enthralling.
Now South Sydney Gibbsy working just over their 20-metre line, trailing 18-10. They have a 22 out for their own line, and Ewan Aiken plays the ball to Humphries. Goes right to LeBlanc, away to Ward to Gray. They continue left to right, away to Whiten, and he's caught Jenkins in off the wing. Great tackle. Gray is down again, by the way, for South Sydney. Comes open side left now for Feeder. He stands in the tackle just short of halfway. 20 in from the eastern touchline. Played on the last. Short side right, they go to Ashton Ward. He puts boot the ball down to Dylan Edwards, who drops back a couple of paces. Takes it on the full on his 10-metre line. Then a jinking run into LeBlanc and put down 18 out from his own line, so Penrith get the footy back. 14 gone second half, 18-10. Penrith lead South. Brian To'o in off the wing. He scored 28 out from his own line. Plays the ball. They work it quickly to the right side. Alan Monty. And he's on the deck, 12 metres short of halfway for Penrith, courtesy of Humphries. Played to Cogger this time. Open side left for Penrith, just short of halfway. To his feet, Liam Henry plays the ball to Lussick. Long ball left to Going, then away to Cole. Short ball to Lungy, but Whiten was waiting for it. Flings him to the deck after that ball and all tackle. Plays it now 5 metres in South territory. It comes right to Cole. He puts up a high kick. Jai Gray and Jennings look at each other. Jennings loses it backwards, says referee G. Fortunate there, G. I thought he knocked that on. Gray comes up with it, 13 out from his own line. Now going to get a challenge from Penrith.
Blood. No, we're not challenging. We'll stop for a blood bin.
Oh, we're not challenging.
Blood bin.
Sorry, Ash.
I'm right in line with it, Dill. It's backwards.
Adam G, the referee.
That's easy in his opinion.
Yeah. And Liam Henry, I think it is, has got blood all over his face.
Yeah, he's got a nice little cut right. Oh, that's. But he's got a cut right above his eyelid there. The left eyelid. It's a nice little gash. Going to be full of stitches tonight.
Yeah. That was almost a multi-cut face there for him. 25 minutes and 21 seconds to go. Penrith 18, South Sydney 10, and South Sydney will still have the footy, 14 out from their own line in the AFL third quarter. Swans 54, Bulldogs 34 at the SCG. Halftime, Adelaide 59, West Coast 29. Luke Lewis, John Gibbs, I'm Andrew Moore. NRL Friday on ABC Sport as the running repairs continue here at Western Sydney Stadium before Jai Gray plays it. We're on air from 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at Jubilee Stadium. 3:15 will bring you the NRLW game, St George Illawarra against Canberra. 5:30 the NRL game between the Dragons and West Tigers, and then at 7:30 it's off to Lang Park. Quinton Hull and the team, Brisbane and Cronulla Sutherland. From the play the ball, it's Corsi, good run up the middle. He's taken 27 metres out from his own goal line, plays the ball to Jamie Humphries, Brandon Smith back on the field. He's just come back out there, and South's 15 short of halfway. Dallas Duncan plays it to the Big Cheese. Goes to the right. Humphries away to Ward. Then on to Walker. But the defence is covering. Phillips missed the tackle. Or Cole missed the tackle. Put down by Sorensen. Just short of halfway. South's taken into Penrith territory through Colomatangi. He scored 8 metres in Penrith territory. 20 in from the far touchline. Played on the last. Comes right to Ward. And up she goes off the right boot. Dylan Edwards. They're coming thick and fast from South. But Dylan Edwards took it beautifully. And he's got it for Penrith, 10 out from his own line. 15 minutes 30 gone second half. Penrith leading 18-10, having led 12-10 at half time, is now Jenkins. He scored 15 out from his own line, centre field. Jai Gray still out there for South, moving okay at the moment. Played, and it goes right to To'o. On comes Moses Leota for the Penrith Panthers. So he returns, set restart for Penrith as well. Also on the field comes Billy Scott, one of their promising young forwards. That's Penrith's second set restart of the game. Talangi outside the 30. Plays it to Cole, and he sends it left edge as Penrith get within 12 metres of halfway. 15 in from touch on the eastern side. Henry plays the ball to Scott. Goes right to Lindsay Smith. Smith on the angled run, taken by Colomatangi on halfway. He'll play it on that far side to Scott. Goes short side left again to Cole. Bang! He's hitting a high tackle from Tavita to Tola. Players come from everywhere, including Liam Henry. Penalty has been already awarded to the Penrith side for the high tackle. And I'll be interested to see. It could be one of those that look much more dramatic live and in real speed.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I actually don't think he gets him that high.
That's what I believe, but then it comes up, okay? So just come.
It's okay. Just because he gets a bit of weight on him. He gets him around the chin. I think it's really sufficient, but it looks a lot worse than what it was.
Yeah, it bounced off the ball, did hit him in the chin, which has to be a penalty, and he'll be on report as well. And so the match review committee can deal with that tomorrow. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, it looks spectacular. Not too bad. There's plenty of boos resonating around the ground, but that will be, as you say, Louis, penalty sufficient. We won't hear any more about that. They're just making too many mistakes, the South Sydney side. I can't remember a mistake from Penrith. And they've made more line breaks, 4 line breaks to the Rabbits, only 3 to the Panthers, yet the Panthers lead by 8.
And the chance to go up again from the tap. They're only 24 out from the South Sydney line. Henry's tackle. Plays it to Billy Scott, goes right to Smith. Turns it into Liotta. Brandon Smith comes around to be one of the defenders. About 19 out from the South line, centre field. Now Scott goes right to Cogger. Takes on the line, but Humphries is there down low. Support over the top, Ewan Aiken. 12 out from the line. Scott fires it left to Lindsay Smith, away to Liam Henry. Down he goes, 5 out from the South line. The Rabbitohs defence needs to be on here. Scott sends it right, through hands, Lindsay Smith. Then away, Dylan Edwards. Show and go from Edwards, tackle 5 out. Last play, Penrith. Billy Scott races into dummy half. Floats it away left to Cogger, then out the back through hands. Billy Phillips to Talangi, then away to Jenkins. Jenkins steps on the left foot, he's close. Can he get the ball down? I think he did. Jenkins, did he? What do you reckon, Adam G? Try! Tom Jenkins has 2, 24 on the year, 22 and a half to go. Oh, 22 all over the place. Jonty will be flapping. It's 22-10 to the Panthers. 22 minutes left. Jenkins came into the night with 22 tries. Luke Lewis, I'm befuddling myself.
And he actually put the ball down on 22-22, which is mind-blowing. But really nice work there from Blaze Talangi. He just gets the catch and pass. And then Jenkins, he just sees an opportunity. He holds the ball off the ground somehow. Oh, and he loses it. He loses it over the try line. This will be no try.
It might be the curse of the 22. Down to John Gibbs.
Oh, no. 22, I thought that was going to save it up. But what about the left foot step? He comes, he's got the ball up. Oh, he's lost it. I think he's lost it for sure. So it'll be under review.
He did brilliantly to not allow his left arm carrying the ball. His fingertips are still on the footy. So this will be an interesting one in the bunker. His fingertips didn't really leave the ball. So will he be granted a try, Tom Jenkins? As Louis said, it was with 22 minutes and 22 seconds to go. I reckon he has got that down on reflection. So we'll see.
I'd love to see it go up as a try, only because I want to see him continue to score tries and try and break that record at the end.
38.
But I can't give that. If I was up there, I'd be going, pushing the no try button. ABC Sports.
So on the scoreboard is 22-10 to Penrith. Here we go, head on again, Louis.
Sorry, I didn't hear something.
Yeah, I'm saying he loses.
Ball slipping, but his fingertips never leave it.
It does leave. It definitely leaves.
His pinky never left it.
His hand's off the ball, and it just as the ball bounces up, it goes back.
Oh, what? Your pinky's not part of your hand?
No try. There you go.
You're going to be right. Just trying to play devil's advocate. So let's hear what happens now with Chris Butler in the bunker.
We've cleared all aspects of play up into the lead, up into this. You can see this point that Thomas Jenkins has a grip of the ball. As we step into the ground, at no point can you see any clear separation. And on this angle,
that's going to be the first
remain on the ball and grounded with downward pressure. We have a decision.
Is that going to be the first one?
Try! That's the second one, I reckon. First this year. It is a try to Jenkins. Penrith 22, South 10.
I'm happy he gets it. I'm so happy he gets it, but if I was up there, it would be no try.
If I was up there, T-R-Y. Touchline, John Gibbs.
I reckon that was so contentious. They thought that through. They thought they'd explain it for everyone. Instead of like they normally do, treat everyone as a mushroom, they thought they'll explain it, and then I think they did it well.
And you know what's funny? Sorry to cut you off there, Gibbsy. It is true, David. Because he explained it, I'm happy for it to go up as a try.
Exactly, Luke. But it went up as a try. They had 20 looks at it. That's incredible. I'm happy to be a try as well. And I think that Chris Butler and Adam G have done a good job there because they've gone through it step by step and they've explained it to everyone. So we all know why it's a try. So if you want to argue the toss about it, well, you can do it at your own peril because you have all of the facts in front of you. Well done, Rugby League.
Oh, John Gibbs. 3 points, ABC Player of the Year, Rugby League. Here's Paul Alabotti, 21 out, 8 in from the Eastern touchline. Apart from all that, I agree with everything that you guys have said. His fingers never left the footy. Try. Here's Alamotti. Penrith 22, South 10. The 22 lives on, Louis.
Does he get it?
No. And you?
Oh, because you want to keep the 22.
That's right. Here comes Alamotti. He strikes it, heading towards the post. He likes it. He sinks the goal. To heck with 22, says Alamotti. He's now kicked 4 from 4, and it's Penrith 24, South Sydney 10 here at Western Sydney Stadium. 19 minutes 20 gone, second half. So 24 tries on the year for Tom Jenkins. Around the ground, third quarter AFL. Swans 58, Bulldogs 34. Half-time in Perth, Adelaide 59, West Coast 29. So the restart coming now from Latrell Seagwalt. Is he kicking short? No, he goes deep. 14 points of difference. It's a long climb now for the South Sydney side as Penrith on the return, 18 metres out from their own goal line. They have won 11 of their last 12 games here at Western Sydney Stadium, and Souths have lost 3 of their last 4 away games. So that's all on track at the moment, despite Penrith coming in after back-to-back losses to the Titans and Cowboys. Penrith with it, Billy Scott. He's been good out of dummy half in the 5 or 6 minutes he's been out there with fresh legs. He works it right this time to within 8 of halfway. Phillips plays it to Scott. The 2 Billies goes left to Lindsay Smith, past 1. Taken by Kolomatangi on halfway, centre field. Bring out the last. Comes right to Cogger. Up goes the kick down to the left wing. It's going to be caught here 14 metres out from the goal line by Edward Corsi. He's caught 15 out from his own line. 20 in from the western touchline. Really good chase headed by Phillips and Henry. And they work it right to Seagwalt, but he's not going far. Caught 19 out from his own line. 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes left second half, and the scoreline is 24-10. Penrith leads South Sydney. Now the Rabbitohs inside the 30. Ball's going to be played by Tallis Duncan to Gray. Goes open side right through hands to Totola running off Humphreys. And Tavita Totola in centre field. He's tackled 12 short of halfway. It's been a fun game to watch. Comes left now to Kolomatangi. He's going to be caught just short of halfway. Shrugged away from one actually. Then keeps it alive. Got the pass away right to Humphreys to the centre. White, and he's nailed by Talangi. 3 short of halfway. Played quickly on the last. It comes right from Aiken to Ward. Kick downfield. Edwards drops back in the northeast corner with the catch. 4 out from his own goal line. He heads up over the 10, Dylan Edwards, and he's confronted by the chase of Cody Walker and others. 14 out from his own line. Humphreys was there as well. Play the ball. Goes right to top. Oh, he steps away from Seagwalt. Caught 25 out from his own line. Louis, I reckon this could be that I'm talking about the weeks where Origin players are unavailable. This could be the best standard of footy I've ever seen in this period of time.
Yeah, it's been a good standard of rugby league, and it's back and forth. There's a heap going on, and you're right. Like, we've got all the great players out, but they're all stepped up and played a really good type of football here tonight.
And I'm not just talking about tonight. I'm talking about over the last 6 weeks or so when we've had weekends like this. Here's Penrith, 10 metres in South territory. It's played by Henry. Comes right to Cogger. Kicks down to the southeast corner. Jai Gray leaps through the air, takes it, tackled by Talangi. 11 out from his own line. So Souths have 18 minutes to score at least 14 points here against Penrith. It's now the Rabbitohs. 15 out from their own goal line on play 2. Whiten plays the ball to Ward. Short side goes right to Humphreys. He's nailed 22 out from his own goal line. Plays it, they spin it away from right to left. Walker cut out past Seagwalt, but Latrell can't beat Alamotti. Perfect tackle around the legs.
Is there anything better than watching a nice legs tackle?
No, it's beautiful. It really is a thing of beauty. And you don't see it anywhere near as often as you used to. South's 14 short of halfway. Last tackle, ball played by Corsi, comes right. Ward took a while to get his grip on the ball. Spiralling kick to Dylan Edwards, and To'o allowed a bounce. Straight into the hands of Seagwalt. He got a one-handed pass back away, and Souths are going to streak away to score a try. Cody Walker dives over to score. You don't try and catch the footy, you deserve exactly what happened there. Try to South Sydney, well done them. Cody Walker gets the try, 17 minutes to go, and Penrith pay the price. 2 experienced champions, Dylan Edwards and Brian To'o, looked at each other. You want it? No. You want it? No. Give it to South, let them score, and Cody Walker said they'll do it. Penrith 24, South 14. Game back on Louis with 16 minutes 45 to go.
Yeah, it was funny. It was really good pressure there from the Panthers on the kicker, and then they just he gets a little bit spooked, and then when he hits, he gets a bit of an inside torpedo and it goes up in this weird no man's land, and it lands right between Brian Toll and Dylan Edwards, and they can't get to the ball. And then South Sydney, they're just chasing through. They get the perfect bounce, and Cody Walker's just pushing up, and all of a sudden he gets a beautiful pass off the Trill, and he goes over. That's a nice try, a lucky bounce, but that's poor there from the mighty Panthers at the back there.
You're never going to catch up to it if you don't chase it.
That is true.
Touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, it's quite amazing when you've seen the bombs that have been diffused there by Dylan Edwards, but probably because it was a poor kick that was a lucky one. So they're talking about a play being offside here. They're looking at something. Seawald did a great job chasing it. Was Cody Walker offside? Not quite sure. No, he does spend a lot of time offside, but I think it's okay. But they are looking at it.
Well, the touch judges are walking back.
Yes, they are.
Latrell offside, please, Bucky.
Well, I think you said Latrell Seawald, the player who ended up with the ball in hand. Now,
Look at Latrell on the wing. He might have both feet behind the ball. At this point, he doesn't.
Yeah, he's in the orange boots right on the left wing.
See the pressure coming from the inside from the Panthers. That's what spooks the ball up, and he's dead set offside. That's a good pick.
Now within 10 metres, he plays an active part in the play. We have a decision.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't write it in, Andrew.
I wrote it in. So, side relief for Dylan Edwards and Brian To'o, and for Penrith fans, it remains Penrith 24, South 10, 17 minutes and 5 seconds to go.
Probably just a little bit of a warning sign. Just, boys, I'm going to give you a warning. If you don't go for the ball's going to bounce in the favour of the opposition team.
A little reminder of what can happen.
Correct. And we probably won't see that again.
So Penrith, 34 out from their own line, have the penalty.
What happens next?
Yeah, I know. Cogger finds touch on halfway. 15,000 plus here at Western Sydney Stadium. And now Penrith take the tap through Paul Alamotti. And he rams his way into the defence, got through Seawald. And now taken 40 out from the line by Corsi and Duncan. Free in from touch western side. Played to Billy Scott, goes left to Billy Phillips. The tackle made 36 out from the Rabbitohs goal line. Now Scott dummy half. Goes left to the Moses Liotta. Centre of the ground Moses. Good strong run. And he's held 23 metres out from the line in front of the southern goalpost. Played to Scott. Goes left to Cogger. He turns it into Sorensen. Runs into Gray and put to the ground. 13 out. Also there was Brandon Smith, and Jai Gray comes away with it. That was brilliantly worked by South. Smith dropped off the tackle, and Jai Gray, like a thief, and the Knight grabbed the footy as now South Sydney. Short side right, 26 out from their own goal line. It's played to Ward, goes to Whiten, wrapped up just outside his 30. 14 the difference, 16 minutes to go. Now South Colomatang. Goes left to Ward to Walker. Pass on the ground. Dived on by Toll. He picks it up for Penrith. Tackled 12 metres out. They must go left. It's played now to Billy Phillips. Goes himself. He links up with support, and Penrith are 2 metres away from the goal line. Jai Gray makes another try saver. Then gives away a set restart on Sorensen. Comes left to Lindsay Smith. But the beauty is for South Sydney, the defence is reset. Penrith 5 metres out. Smith, Lindsay that is, plays it to Scott, goes right to Liotta. Jai Gray, another great tackle head on with Duncan. Plays it to Scott, goes right to Cogger. Cut out past Alamotti, steps through Seawald. Now taken 2 out from the goal line. Paul Latrell Seawald's missed a few tonight. Played to Edwards. Goes left to Cogger to Liotta. Run around back to Cogger, away to Lindsay Smith. He spins in ever-decreasing circles and held on to by Brandon Smith. Down he goes. 12 metres out. South defence holding firm. 2 tackles left though. Billy Scott goes left to Cogger. Then away to Sorensen back on the left edge. He's taken 5 metres out. Last play, Penrith leading 24-10. Scott goes right to Lindsay Smith, away to Cogger. Ball ends up out the back. He's under pressure. Cogger touched by South. 6 more tackles. Dylan Edwards comes away with it for Penrith, looking for an angle. Cogger away to a juggling Blaze to Lungy. He accelerates forward into Colomatangi and Co. And he'll play it with the new Sepper, getting 7 out for the South goal line. Does so to Scott. Goes right to Liam Henry. He stepped past Humphries into Jai Gray again. Makes the tackle a metre out from the goal line. Colomatangi was there too. Now comes right Lindsay Smith. Inside ball to Moses Liotta. He's wrapped up there by Humphries and Tola. 4 metres out from the line between the sticks. Scott Left to Cogger, then away to Cole. Turns it into Blaze to Lungy. Lungy stepped, and then he's caught 5 metres out from the line in front of the uprights. Billy Scott, dummy half. Goes right to Lindsay Smith. Dummy held onto it at half wrap power, and he's easily taken 6 out from the line. Tallis Duncan was there. Billy Scott, back left they go to Cogger, then away to Cole to Sorensen. Cut down 4 out, and Scott Sorensen lost the ball, but it was a high tackle. So it is a penalty going to Penrith. High tackle against the Rabbitohs. Jack White, I believe, on Sorensen. He's to his feet. Penalties are now 4-2 to the Panthers. 13 and a half to go. And it was the high tackle that forced the ball free, Louis.
Yeah, it was a little bit high. Nothing major in it. Just sort of gets him above the shoulder. Makes a little bit of contact with his chin. Penalty, again, sufficient. I don't think we'll hear much about that. But I tell you what, the Panthers are just playing a little bit too far away from the defensive line.
What does that mean?
They've got to go deeper into the line if they want to penetrate the South Sydney defence.
Liam Henry caught 3 out on play 1. Billy Scott goes right to Lindsay Smith. He plays into the defensive line here, stands in the tackle. 4 metres away. Dummy half Scott goes right to Cogger. Dummy's inside, goes that way eventually to Alamotti. Steps into Colomatungi and Gray, then threw a ridiculous pass out the back. But it is picked up by Penrith. Billy Phillips, and he scores. Well, sometimes ridiculous turns out to be brilliant. Try to Billy Phillips. He does the arrow into the crowd. More money raised for Jai and his family. 12 and a half minutes to go. Billy Phillips scores for Penrith, and the Panthers now lead by 28-10. With the way this is going, I'm reluctant to write it in, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, absolutely. But you're right. This was an ugly pass there from Paul Alamotti. But Billy Phillips, he just sees the ball bouncing, gets the ball, and then uses some nice footwork, spins out of a couple of tackles, and then he's going over and scoring a try for the Panthers. And if this does get awarded, which I think it will, it looks pretty fine on the replay. I'm not going to write it in though until we do get clarification that the try is confirmed. But does it touch the South Sydney player? I'm not too sure, but this could be the game over for South Sydney.
28-10 Penrith touchline. John Gibbs.
Oh, that'll be a try. Billy Phillips, a kid from Lake Cargelligo, he's done a really good job. He'll be the hero out there. But they've had a lot of luck, Penrith, but they've been their own worst enemy, South Sydney. They'll look at the scoreboard and they wouldn't believe that they were this far behind in this game. And here's Paul Alamotti, who's a sharpshooter. You know, he's shooting at nearly 90% this year.
I'm stunned by that, Jonty.
And I think he's going for a streak of 10. He's not going to... Hang on.
The mock.
Hang
on. And we're still waiting for confirmation.
Yeah, I reckon they're just seeing if it checks and see if it touches a South Sydney player.
I want to know what happens with the donations to Jai Arrow and his family for the tries that are taken off. But there has been an arrow fired into the crowd.
They get a minute 20 anyway. Good to go.
Okay, try confirmed. 28-10 Penrith lead South.
They do a try. I reckon this is how it should be.
Yeah.
And they go over, they do the arrow.
Yeah.
And it does get taken off them. It's half
the donation.
Correct.
Okay.
You happy with that?
I am, but I'm not paying it. Here's Paul Alamotti, 12 metres out, 5 to the right of the post. Unlike you, I can't afford my own beach in Sydney Sutherland Shire. Here's Alamotti. I love that there's no denial either from you. Give me a heavy hitter. Here's Alamotti. Moves in. Strikes it. Just shaved the upright. I thought Gibbsy had done it again. Alamotti, 5 from 5. Penrith 30. South Sydney 10 with 11 minutes to go. Around the ground, three-quarter time in the AFL. Sydney Swans 70. Western Bulldogs 46. Third quarter in Perth. Adelaide Crows 66 over West Coast Eagles 29. And in the Asian qualifying men's basketball, the Boomers 78 over Guam 34. Don't forget 4 a.m. it's the Socceroos in action against Egypt, round of 32 at the FIFA World Cup. And Sunday night, I think it is, the Australian women's cricket team play England in the women's T20 final. That ball-by-ball coverage is live on ABC. Listen, here's a short kick-off from South Sydney that really didn't deserve a mention. It ends up on the halfway line where it started. So apparently that was contestable or something, so Penrith will get to play the ball 10 short of halfway. That's 10 metres South didn't deserve.
Yeah, and
Keon Colomatungi pushed and trying to back. But
he's
played on the 40. Ball played now to Billy Scott. He sent it open side left, and Henry scored 7 short of halfway. Ball played down to Scott. Long ball left to Lindsay Smith. Then away to Cole to Sorensen. Remember, Scott Sorensen's used to playing, 20, 25 minutes a game? I think this will be an 80-minute effort. He's scored on halfway. Comes to the right, Lindsay Smith away to Moses Liotta. Wrapped up 10 metres in South Sydney territory. Plays the ball quickly to Scott. Takes off from dummy half. Gains 10 metres. And dealt with. Shoved to the ground by Tallis Duncan. 29 out from the line. Edwards goes left to Cogger. Then quick hands Cole to Lungy. Away to Tom Jenkins. Jenkins beats one. Heading for the goal line. Takes on Gray. Jenkins gets it down. He's got 3. Oh, the Milky Way. Penrith 34, South 10, 9.5 to go, and he's 13 away from the record of Dave Brown.
He's going to get it.
He's got 25.
He's going to get it.
Penrith 34, South 10, a third try of the night to Tom Jenkins.
And I'll tell you why he's going to get it, because John Gibbs didn't give him a chance of getting it. And he's come up to a really nice place tonight. He's set up for a couple of tries too, and this is brilliant work. What about the footwork here? The pass from Blaze Salungi is beautiful, but the fend, he skips out of the tackle, goes straight at Jai Gray, gets his bumpers up, pushes him over the line, then pulls the try-scoring arm out and slams it down and does another celebration to the crowd. Outstanding work there from Jenkins.
He is a heck of a footballer, Tom Jenkins. New South Wales must be going pretty damn well if he can't get a run. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, Tom Jenkins is an absolute freak, and the incredible thing is just doing some numbers on him. He has got 9 double. Every game he's scored in this year, it's been multi-tries. So he has got now 11 multi-try games. So he's got 9 twos. That's his first 3. First 3 of the season, he's got a 4. So 9 twos.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Yep.
He's got 9 twos. That's 18. He's got a 3 tonight. That's 21. And 4, 25. And he's already now got as many as Reece Wesser, the all-time leading try scorer in one season for the Panthers.
He got 27, didn't he, Reece Wesser?
No, I think it was 25.
25.
It was 8 twos, 16 threes, 4 fours.
He got 27 for the...
Kick comes Alamotti, 22 out, half a metre in. Alamotti strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. He is on goal kicking player. 6 out of 6 for him. Penrith, they now lead South Sydney 36 points to 10. It goes without saying, really. Game, set, bingo. The Panthers are going to win. It's not a losing streak. They'll maintain a comfortable lead on top of the NRL Premiership with 9 games or rounds to go for them after this.
It's a huge scoreline now.
It is.
Think about the way the game's gone. It doesn't feel like a massive blowout, but...
Second half, though, I think, Louis, you can't think of too many occasions where South looked like scoring other than that disallowed try to Cody Walker. But I know he's saying here's Liotta. It has seemed between the lines a lot closer than this. Liotta on his own 20 plays it to Scott. Now Isaac Tungor, by the way, now on the field for Penrith. And he's caught on his own 30-metre line. Now it comes open side right. Tackle made 9 metres short of halfway. Rolling to his feet and playing at Henry. Does so to Scott. Goes left to Lindsay Smith. And he might have put in an 80-minute effort tonight too. He scored 2 metres in South Sydney territory. Penrith 36, South Sydney 10. We'll look at it all after the game. Gibbsy will have the on-field reaction. Louis' ABC Player of the Year points as Paul Alamotti shrugs away from Seagwald. Got the pass away right to Phillips. And Billy's caught by Duncan over the top. 34 out from the south line. 4 in from the western touchline. Playing on the last. Cogger the kick from 35 metres out. Who wants it? It's taken there by Dylan Edwards. Quick pass to South. It went forward. 6 more tackles for Penrith.
Go left.
If they go left, Jenkins will get a 4. Play to Scott. Goes left to Cole. Crossfield kick. Jack Cole should be replaced and sent to another country. He butchered that. He kicked the ball straight to Dane Jennings.
What was doing there?
Pass the ball, Jack, and you score. And now they give away a penalty.
Maybe he has been just hanging around with one of the best players in the game in Nathan Cleary a little bit too much because...
No, take his car keys, make him walk home.
That was very ambitious.
Yeah, I'm only kidding. Penalty goes to South, so fine touch 10 short of halfway. That was one of the great butcherings, though, of we've ever seen.
If you're going to try, it's a good time to try. You're up by a fair bit.
Try better. Is that what you'd be thinking as Coach Lewis?
No,
President?
I'm just trying to always try and find a positive.
Oh, you'd have punched a hole through the glass. So now it's South Sydney having it 9 metres inside Penrith territory. 36-10 to Penrith. Played to Brandon Smith. He goes right through hands. The ball knocked down by the Panthers. This should be 6 again for South Sydney as Walker recovers it 4 short of halfway. And he's going to play it. It is 6 more tackles. Plays the ball to Jai Gray. Goes left to Latrell Seagwell. Caught there by Cogger and Phillips. And Henry, 1 metre in Penrith territory with just under 6 minutes to go. And Penrith would dearly love to keep its goal line intact for the second half. South of 5 metres in Penrith territory as they work it short side left within 32 of the goal line. Brandon Smith will play it after the tackle from Dylan Edwards. Does so to Gray. Long ball centre field left to Ward, away to Walker. And then linked up with more support. 20 metres out from the goal line. Tackle made, 20 in from the eastern touchline. Played now by Jennings. Comes left column, a tongue in to Ward. Smashed to the ground, 24 out for the goal line, but it's a high tackle. And now Tallis Duncan comes in. Billy Scott with a high tackle. And it is a penalty to South Sydney. So that was a head-on shot. Penalty goes to South. Referee G trying to separate everybody. 5 minutes left. Penrith 36, South Sydney 10.
Yeah, just watching it here. Yeah, he gets it. He gets up. He makes a good read. Just solid contact.
It's Jack Cogger, actually, who made that tackle.
And he knew straight away. He was filthy on himself. He walked backwards. He didn't want to get involved in any shenanigans. But he goes to wrap him and, hits him around the chin. Here we go on report here as well.
Touchline John Gibbs. We'll just wait.
You don't lower your height. Direct contact on report in the bin.
Yeah, so Cogger goes to the bin where he will spend the remains of the game. And on report, 5 minutes left to play. Touchline John Gibbs.
Yeah, and
you got the choice to cool yourself.
Everything that's happening in this game. It's amazing. Even that kick by Cody on Jack Cogger who's going to the bin. Now it seems like it was last week, but incredible. Now, Louis, I've done a little bit of homework. Dane Jennings is only 18. He's not 19 until the end of October.
He's got something about him. He's going to have a really good career.
Here's South from the tap. 12 out from the Penrith goal line. Comes to the right now, Humphreys. Tries to step his way through it to Tungor, Lindsay Smith and Liam Henry. 5 metres out from the Penrith line. South haven't scored in this second half. Brandon Smith goes left to Cody, to Tavita Totola. And he straightens, wrapped up 8 metres out from the line. He'll play it, 3 tackles to go in the set. Brandon Smith look left, goes right in the end column of Tungy, isolated Lindsay Smith. Isaac Tungall comes across. He popped a pass out the back here for South Sydney. Long ball is intercepted, no. Knocked on by Penrith,
Contact off the ball.
who were
Contact off the
knocking
ball.
a South player down. Penalties now 5-4 to the Rabbitohs. Penalty to South a few metres out from the goal line. 4 minutes left. Penrith 36, South Sydney 10.
Oh, this is a big test for the Panthers.
And they'll treat it like that too, won't they, Luke?
Yeah, you'd think so. I reckon they take so much pride in their trial line. They want to keep the points down. So it'll be interesting to see how they go here.
So now South Sydney from the tap, get to within 4 of the goal line. Tackle made on Aiken by Lindsay Smith. Plays it and they work it away left. South Sydney to within 8 metres of the goal line. Penrith defence, Billy Scott was in there. We're going back on the field. Humphreys plays the ball to Brandon Smith. Short side left. A short ball away to Latrell Seagwald. He got easily past the defence to score the try. So Penrith's defence does crack late in the game. It's a try to Latrell Seagwald. 3 minutes 20 to go. And it is Penrith 36, South Sydney 14.
Well, they had the numbers here too, Penrith, so they just got the defence wrong. But really nice work here from Cody Walker. He just goes across, holding the ball up nicely, just does enough to suck in Alamotti. And as soon as he knows, he turns his shoulders of Alamotti inwards, he passes, and then Latrell just goes over as easy as you like. Beautiful little touch there. Nice line run by Latrell. Outstanding football there from South Sydney.
Touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, good football. Latrell Seagwald, he's done a really good job since he came in to replace Latrell Mitchell. South Sydney, I can see plenty of reasons why they should be optimistic after tonight, because here's the goal.
And the kick is unsuccessful from Seagwald. He can't convert his own try. Penrith 36, South 14, 3 minutes left, Johnson.
Yeah, because I cannot believe, sitting here watching this unfold, and I reckon South Sydney would be in a similar thought pattern. I can't believe they're so far behind. That's the first points they scored in the second half. They made all of the running in that towards the end of the first half, and the opening stance of the second half, but they dropped the ball. And they don't make mistakes, Penrith, so if you give them enough chances, they just keep doing it. And the experience of blokes like Dylan Edwards at the back has just kept things together when it might have fallen apart, and they've come up with a really big win. They get the bye next week, Penrith, and South Sydney, of course, will play Newcastle next Sunday at Stadium Australia for that big Jai Arrow birthday day.
World's biggest birthday party. But that's the reason Penrith's winning like this. That their lack of mistakes, and South's made plenty, particularly early in the half. 36-14, 3 minutes to go. We're with you until 10:30 tonight here on ABC Sport. We get near 10 o'clock local time from the kickoff. They're 17 out from their own line, South. It comes left to Colomatungi, and he's dumped to the ground at his own 20-metre line. The defence there from Lurin Pateo, who's come onto the field. Moses Liotta goes off for the last few minutes. Cody Walker to the left. Jai Gray away to Siegwald. Caught by Toho and Alamotti on the South 30. 10 in from the western touchline. Ball played to Cody Walker. Open side right to Tallis Duncan. And he's floored about 12 short of halfway. 15 in from the western touchline. Now the dummy half Walker. Dummy goes himself and he's chopped to the deck. A metre short of halfway. Last tackle. In fact, that was Brandon Smith with the last play. Here's a kick off the outside of Ashton Ward's boot. You've never seen a worse kick. It's off a Penrith player somehow, and South gets 6 more tackles. 5 short of halfway. I'm not sure you'll find that in too many coaching books. As from the new set, South 4 metres in Penrith territory. Brandon Smith takes off from dummy half, bounced away from Patea. Now tackled 30 out. South would love another try here. 100 seconds to go. Remember, against 12 Penrith players. Now comes from right to left. What away to Walker. One-hander off the boot of Gray. Play on. Off the boot of Corsi. Picked up by Toho, who's over the touchline. Flag up.
Out on Brian, play the ball.
So South will get another set. A play the ball, 10 out from the goal line. 1 minute. Oh, we've got a challenge.
I'd challenge too. Only because it's a little bit of time. It gives them enough time to have a bit of a break while they're one play down.
You know my policy on this, Louis.
Yeah, I know.
Slow out, less than a few minutes to go.
Yeah, but
this is a rest and jail time.
They're giving themselves a rest just in case. But I don't reckon it could be close, you know.
Okay.
There we go. There's a little bit of a kick.
Edward Casey kicks the ball and broken play. We're playing on.
Nice work here by Brian Toho. Gets down low.
Brian Toho takes clean possession.
Does he stay in, flick it back in? And he does.
He's now offloaded the ball prior going into touch.
How does the touch judge get that wrong?
Okay, so the
to be fair, he probably lost the ball. He couldn't see the ball in his hand. And that's Penrith.
Dylan Edwards now takes possession and surrenders for tackle 1. Challenge is successful.
So I would draw the application to arrest, Bluey. If you win the challenge, it's okay. The touch judge only ended up there, by the way.
I was going to blame the touch judge there, but
I see what you're saying.
He probably lost the ball. He was just watching the line.
Yeah. So praise him for his concentration. Well, the gambler, a bit of the late great Kenny Rogers in the house. Like that. I love one of my favourite all-time songs. So now Penrith. It comes open side left to Alamotti tackle, 15 out from the Penrith line. Down to you, John Gibbs, on the touch line.
Yeah, well, it's a strong finish by South Sydney, but they have got the 12 men. Penrith has just been another Penrith type display, and without their big guns, Yo, Cleary and Martin have done a wonderful job, and this man Milky Jenkins, wow, he's on fire.
What a game he's had. Gibbsy, 35 out from the Penrith line. Scott goes right to Edwards. He's been magnificent too, Dylan Edwards. And he's held up in the tackle, about 3 short of halfway. 46 seconds left on the ticking clock. Last tackle Penrith, Billy Scott goes left to Jack Cole. Puts up the kick down to the right wing, and Dane Jennings with the catch, the 18-year-old. Got away from Talangi, but forced across field anyway. And he's then fights his way up over the 20. Do
you know who he reminds me a bit of?
Oh, do tell.
Michael Hancock, but doesn't fight like he does on the ground. Really? He's just got that strong build, the way that he runs. I don't know. Just gives me a bit of a reminder of him.
Okay, interesting. Here's South inside their 30. And they spread it to the left. Ward to Walker. Short ball to Duncan. Wrap around back to Walker. He throws the pass into Brian Toll. Went backwards. Dropped by Going. Towed through by Joe Gray. This will be play on. Gray puts it on the toe with second and third. Time on Milky slipped over. Gray puts it on the toe again. Oh, it's FIFA World Cup time. And the best goal of the FIFA World Cup scored by Joe Gray. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Arrow. Try to South. Penrith 36. South 18, Tony Popovich pick him to play Egypt. Try to Gray.
Well, I'm going to say this is probably one of the best tries I've seen live for a long, long time. There wasn't a whole lot doing. Good work there by Cody Walker. The ball gets knocked down by the Panthers, and then it's just a kick-a-thon. And he's kicked this ball from 40 metres out from his own line. He just keeps grubbing around all the Panthers players. Grubber, kicks it back off in the inside again. Waits for the ball to go over the try line, and just goes, "Bob, thank you, that'll be a try." That is one of the best tries you'll see.
Do you know what that was, Louis? And I'm going to quote our mate Connor Watson here. That was crazy. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, it's about the same size as Lionel Messi. There's 1, 2, 3, and he's got it on the instep too, like a soccer ball. He's had it under perfect control. Blokes are slipping over all over the place, and then he had the poise at the end to just kick it one more time. It was a deft one, and that's a try. He waited. Oh, that's a great try. Ronaldo, Messi all rolled into one.
That was incredible. Oh, don't take it off, Bill. I'm going home if you do.
You can't take this off him. What are they looking at? Is it Cody Walker touched the ball?
Oh,
Look at the right hand here of Cody Walker.
Touched his fingertips.
We cleared all aspects of play in the lead up.
How can you say
See
that?
this point here, Cody Walker's touching the ball.
Did touch his hand.
I nearly just rubbed his fingers out a little bit for that try.
Forward for a knock on.
Photo
Decision.
Oh, I'd Photoshop that one.
Oh, that's unfair.
That's like probably one of the best tries you'll see now.
That's one of the best tries you'll never see.
Never
That's
see
right.
again. Yeah.
Oh, dear. That was spectacular. I've got to rub it out again. Fair dinkum. I've run out of ink. So no try. That's full time. My goodness. It's all over. I don't want that to win. That was such fun to watch. But Penrith has won it 36-14 after the 206 disallowed try of the evening. 36-14. Penrith win. I'll try and read through my scribble here. For Penrith, 6 tries on the night. Dylan Edwards in the 4th minute. Liam Henry in the 13th. Tom Jenkins in the 49th and the 60th. Billy Phillips in the 68th minute. Jenkins' 3rd try in the 71st. He has 25 tries on the year. Paul Alamotti, 6 from 6. Jack Cogger sin-bitten on report for a high tackle in the 75th minute. 1 successful challenge, 3 restarts. For South Sydney, this is where the scribble is. Tries to Edward Corsi in the 25th minute. Dane Jennings in the 40th. Latrell Siegwald in the 77th. Siegwald 1 goal from 3 attempts. Cody Walker sin-bitten on report for kicking. Jack Cogger in the 11th minute. Tavita Totola on report for a high tackle on Jack Cole in the 57th minute. 6 restarts, 1 successful challenge. Penalties 5-4 to South. Penrith led 12-10 at half-time. They win 36-14 before a crowd of 15,163. And on those pure stats and numbers and who did what doesn't begin to tell the story, Louis, of a highly, highly entertaining, incredible game of footy, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was a great game. The first 40 minutes was a really, really good game of football. There was a whole lot doing. It was end-to-end stuff. The Panthers going up by 2. And then I didn't see how they were going to score that many points, the Panthers. Then all of a sudden, South Sydney really in the second half come out and made way too many errors early. And Penrith just made them pay, scored some really nice tries. But for me, that last try that got disallowed, that was horrible to see get disallowed. That was brilliant to watch. But it had skill, it had everything that you wanted in a game of footy. You've got to remember, there's a lot of Origin players not playing here tonight. So, yeah, really well done to both sides. Great win there to the mighty Panthers.
So Penrith win 36-14 here at Western Sydney Stadium. I'd have to say that's one of the more entertaining blowout scorelines you've ever seen. Be very interested to get the take on Penrith's captain tonight, Dylan Edwards, who scored that brilliant opening try. John Gibbs is with you now.
Yeah, great opening try, and he's got the young daughters here as well. They did well, didn't he? Dylan, it was the scoreboard shows a 22-point margin, but really, it was a tough game.
Yeah, it certainly was. Good bit of ball in play there in that first half. A couple of lapses of concentration around, so let them off the hook a little bit, I thought, but it's never going to be perfect. Origin time, new combinations, new boys coming in and playing. That's not what we're about really anyway. So good gritty win, and yeah, happy to come over 2 points.
Well, particularly after losing a couple, and as you say, without your your big gun teammates that are playing State of Origin, and there's no doubt that, and you've been in the Origin arena yourself, but when those players aren't there, the winning ratio goes down. So it was a gutsy win after coming off 2 losses. You needed it.
Yeah, you too, bro. Cheers, bro. Sorry, yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, coming off back of back-to-back losses is not something we want to do as a club. We want to be consistent. But like you mentioned, the cohesion sort of drops in and out throughout this Origin period. But happy with that.
Now, what about Tom Jaggers? Milky, he scored only 2s, 3s and 4s this year. No, hasn't got a single. And really, when you were struggling, he came off with some big plays, some big catches.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a special player, Milky. He's grabbed his opportunity with both hands, got another 3 tonight, and it's all deserved. It's no fluke, obviously. He's been doing it all year, but he works really hard, so really happy for him.
Now, once upon a time, you would have been the fill-in kicker when Nathan was out. Paul Alamotti, he's been, with all due respect, he's been a bit dodgy sometimes, but he is seeing him beautifully. I think he's kicked 10 in a row now, 6 out of 6 tonight, and some of them were difficult.
Yeah, it was important too that we were going up in 6s, so he's been putting in the work, and obviously it comes to fruition. 10 in a row, that's nice, and I'm sure whenever, hopefully Naif's back and he kicks all for the rest of the year, but if ever needed, Paul would have a kick, then we're in good hands.
I know it's out of your control, Dylan, but missing state of origin, and you had a teammate, Brian Toto, who's been there for a long time in institution. He handled it well.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been exceptional. Really feel for him. Obviously missing the side up there at Suncorp, because I know when it comes to it and Blues need someone to carry it out of their own end, I'd be looking to bizzer, but he come back with a great attitude, worked really hard this week, and I'm happy to have him in my side tonight, albeit missing state of origin.
Dylan, well done, great win, and enjoy the bye.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, big win for Penrith, who went into the weekend 4 points clear at the top of the table, and after 2 straight losses, that's a big win for Penrith, 36 points to 14. Dylan Edwards ended up running for 247 metres, 21 carries, a line break and a spectacular try. Great entertainment here at Western Sydney Stadium. South Sydney fans would be disappointed, no doubt. I'm sure Jack White is happy just to be back on the field. He's down there with John Gibbs.
Yeah, and John Mitchell is walking around and he's looking freely too. He'll be good when he comes back. Jack, good to have you back though. It was a big margin in the end, but you were really in that game, but it was amazing it got away from you.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, we definitely was in the game. We've got the team to beat anybody. We let ourselves down with disciplines, offside, knock-ons, and I was guilty of a couple of them myself, so it's something we have to tidy up. The boys have been really good for the last few weeks, and we hurt ourselves tonight.
Yeah, 12-10 at half-time. I think after they got away that 12-0 lead, there was the rain snap from Cody, 10 minutes in the bin. You did a good job to get back in the hunt.
That's right, mate. I think it really milked a lot of energy out of us. That little period, we done well to stick in there, and I think it just caught up to us in the back end of the game.
How's the arm?
Yeah, it's good, mate. There's a few aches and pains and creaks in it. First game back after 8 weeks, but it was definitely good to get through a solid 80 minutes, and it's only the building road now, and get back on track, mate. The lungs was hurting more than the arm, to be honest.
Now, Jack, I know what a great team man you are, and the way everyone has put their arms around Joy Arrow and embrace him, and that's the next assignment. You're playing Newcastle, the world's biggest birthday party, the Joy Arrow birthday party. It's going to be a big day, isn't it, next week?
Oh, mate, he's a special human, so it doesn't take much energy to do it. Everyone loves him in the NRL. We love him as a team and a club, and anything we can do to represent the big fella, we will, hands down, mate.
We'll see you on Sunday on that special day. Thanks, Jack.
Good on you, bud.
Yeah, Jack Whiten down there with John Gibbs after South's loss, but it was his return from an arm injury. Oh, here's our man. 3 tries tonight, Tom Jenkins. 25 on the season. 13 away from Dave Brown, although, as the listener pointed out, Dave Brown did score them in 15 games, which is just unbelievable, but maybe he's back on track. Here he is with John Gibbs.
Yeah, but 25 tries. He's now tied with Reece Wesser for the most tries by a Panther in a season. It's been quite incredible what's happened, Tom, since you came back. But you're aware, that's your first 3. You got 9 2s, a 3 and a 4.
Yeah, it was awesome. Obviously, new combo with Blaze tonight, and I feel like it worked really well. We worked really hard during the week, and a few lapses there in defence in the first half, but spoke about it at half-time, and I think we ended up fixing it. It was really good.
Yeah, and the young bloke you're up against, Dane Jennings, he's only 18. He's quite a handful. He looks a promising player as well, even though you obviously came up with some big leagues to get over the top of him a few times.
Yeah, he is a quality player. We obviously previewed during the week, and we know what he's capable of, and like you said, he'll be playing plenty of first grade. And I thought he was unreal tonight. Obviously a tough battle coming up against our left edge, and I thought he handled himself really well. He's got Jackie White in there, which is always good to have a bit of a vet inside you, so it was nice.
Tom, I don't know whether you're a Socceroos fan, but they're playing tomorrow morning. Jai Gray, you slipped over. Jai Gray, that was incredible. You thought you were at the soccer at the World Cup.
I know, you're telling me. I was waiting for him to kick it through the post, but he's so fast and he's such a quality. He's a big part of their team, and I thought he was unreal tonight. We're obviously happy that wasn't a try down there, so good to win.
Now, you mentioned Blaze Talangi. He's been under a bit of pressure. He's been copping some criticism in recent times, but his defence and some brave take-ups as well for a little bloke who was running into him early.
Yeah, I thought he was unreal tonight. I think he stepped up. I think a lot of the chatter and stuff, to some point it's unnecessary in the sense, but he understands that being a 5'8" in a team, you're going to cop a lot of pressure, and when things aren't going the team's way, a lot of it falls on you. So he's got a good head on his shoulders, and I'll back him all the way. I thought he was unreal tonight, changed positions, and held himself really well.
Now, final one. Have you ever played AFL? Because that leap, when Blaze, you got the ball to him, he picked it up for the ground. Jack White did a good job to prevent him scoring a try. But have you played AFL?
No, I haven't played AFL. I sort of looked at it when I was a kid, but I definitely can't kick very well, so I'd have to practice if I was going to switch codes, but I don't know, never say never. I wouldn't mind it sometimes.
I think Mark's to go. Enjoy the bite. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, mate.
Tom Jenkins down there with John Gibbs, a personal best for him, 25 tries. Louis recording some personal bests here as well. Tom Jenkins, 169 metres, 17 carries, 2 line breaks and 3 tries for the man they call Milky, with a victory here for Penrith, 36-14. Scott Sorensen, he must be exhausted. He started the game, he finished the game for Penrith and played really well in the back row, and he's still standing, Gibbs. He's with you now.
Yeah, got a big smile, and I've got to say that normally he plays, anywhere between 35, 40 minutes. 72 tonight, Scott. How are you feeling?
It felt like I definitely played 72 minutes tonight, but really enjoyed the occasion, really enjoyed the opportunity, but to be honest with you, it's full credit to the boys. I mean, everyone tonight just did such an exceptional job, and very proud of the team.
And coming off a couple of losses and without some of your key players in, this was a big game. South Sydney, they're no easy beats, and really, in some ways, they beat themselves. They made some mistakes early in the second half when they could have put you to the sword, but you took advantage of that. But it was a great effort.
Yeah, mate, they're an exceptional team. I mean, they're so dangerous from sideline to sideline. I mean, they've got some really skillful and powerful middles as well. So they're an absolute handful of a side to, take care of. But again, mate, I'm just very proud that, we stuck to it, stuck to our game plan of getting in the arm wrestle, going set for set, playing the long game, and we're fortunate enough to come along with the result there at the end.
Now, we've been talking always about Milky Jenkins. I mean, there's a couple of times when he came up with big leaps and some big plays to save your blusters, and he just keeps scoring tries.
Absolutely. He's an absolute machine, man. I mean, everyone talks about the tries and the magic that he's throwing on, which is absolutely brilliant. But I mean, the work out of the backfield and getting in position, he come up with some big tackles as well, mate. So he's been doing an incredible job, and very happy and very proud of him.
Now, you've got a bye next week, so I'd expect that Andrew Moore will be in contact with you, some work on the ABC, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, there might be an opportunity there, but I think I'll be going away for a few days for the bye, so might be a few weeks off yet.
Well done, Scott. Well played.
Appreciate that. Thank you, John.
I've never been brushed so publicly before. Well done, Sorry. Ran for over 130 metres, made 36 tackles as well. And John Gibbs will now join us back in the broadcast box for the remains of the post-game show. Tremendously fun evening. I apologise to South Sydney fans on not treating your loss flippantly, but it was one of those games where so much happened, Louis. It was really fun to call from our perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't feel like the scoreline represents the game. I know that the Panthers obviously, end up getting a bit of a blowout there on the scoreline, but South Sydney's done some really good things out there tonight. Just couldn't execute a few things in that first half. Obviously that sin bin to Cody Walker definitely hurt him, and the errors early in that second half really hurt him. But look, it was a good game of footy. Loved calling it. It was had a bit of everything. A good defence, had a little bit of some outstanding tries, and I'm loving seeing Gibbsy just waving his arms everywhere.
I was about to say, he is chewing both Scott Sorensen's ears right off his head.
And he's hitting him.
He's flapping
poking him.
He's bumping. He's hip dropping him. He's doing everything, Johnny. Poor old Sorrow. He's going to need a few days away with the bye after this. So I don't know whether we see Gibbsy back here before our broadcast ends at 10:30 or not.
There's no chance he's coming up.
All right. Well, it was a win for Penrith by 36 points to 14. 3 tries to Tom Jenkins, 1 to Dylan Edwards, Liam Henry and Billy Phillips. Paul Alamotti, 6 from 6. And for South Sydney, 14 points, tries to Edward Corsi, Dane Jennings and Latrell Seagwalt. We'll get back to your text shortly on 0467 920 222. But Luke Lewis, we need your ABC Player of the Year points. I'm fascinated. What have you done?
Yeah, well, all outside backs tonight. They get my points. But I went Dylan Edwards for 3. Right from the start, I thought he was really, really good. So he got my 3 points, scored some really nice tries, some outstanding defence. His metres, I don't know how many metres he had up through the middle of the field, but it seemed like every time we looked down, he had the ball in his hands. So brilliant job from him. Thomas Jenkins.
I was going to say I'm desperate to predict you 2 and 1.
Okay, go. Who was me?
No, it was Jenko for 2.
Who was your one?
Jai Gray.
Yes. Oh, you know me too well. I thought they were all outstanding. I thought Thomas Jenkins, his carries in the backfield, but his try-finishing abilities, his play-the-ball speed, his compete on every play when he's attacking the ball was outstanding. So that's why I gave him the 2. And I thought Jai Gray, he come up with some huge plays, some big try-saving tackles.
Yes.
He's everywhere. I normally don't give points to a losing team, especially when they get beat by a big score, but I thought he was so good for South Sydney.
Yeah, he was.
And then I was feeling that he took the soccer goal off him.
That was... Can we just reflect on that? So Cody Walker's ended up knocking the ball on. They've got it right, sadly. But from 40 metres out, he must have put on the toe 5 times, Jai Gray. This way, that way. It was incredible skills to score what was ultimately a disallowed try. Had it been allowed, we would have been... generations well beyond our lifetimes would have been seen.
Yeah, absolutely. That would have been a try. That just would have been replayed all the time. It would have been on some amazing highlights for forever. But now it's just on the cutting room floor. Never going to see it again.
I want to see it again. I do.
And you know what? Think about too what part of the year it is. You got the World
timing
Cup going on.
I know.
Yeah.
No. So 3 points, Dylan Edwards, 2 to Tom Jenkins, 1 to Jai Gray. Oh, the serious point I was going to make about Jai Gray, Luke, it reminded me of a Billy Slater type game from him tonight because it was the defence was every bit the highlight of his attack.
His defence was so good, and the amount of field that he covered. But he made some try-saving tackles on some big human beings right near the line. But he's always looking to attack. He's always a threat. He always gets into the backfield somehow. He's a little genius in that number 1. I love watching him play.
All right, on the text line, which is 0467 920 222. Great call tonight, fellas. Tell me, if New South Wales win Wednesday night, will it be a Clayton's win, the win you have when you're not having a win? Andrew from Gatton, that could be one of the more ridiculous texts I've seen. Hi, Andrew. Adam O'Brien couldn't find a spot for Milky when he was at Newcastle. Hello from Pete at Fennell Bay. Very disappointing for South. I guess the market was right. What a game of footy. Shout out to my wife, Brooke. Love you, darling. Oh, isn't that sweet? I don't know who loves you, Brooke. It's your husband. I don't know his name, but well done, Brooke. Shout out to Kingy, having a cold one around the fire tonight. Don't fall into the fire pit, mate. Yeah, that's always good advice. Dave in the cab says, if you play Under the Milky Way as a tribute to Jenkins, please play the Jimmy Little version. I played drums on that record. Did you? Good on you, Dave. Thanks for the great call as always. Andrew, my great uncle and third cousin, Dave Brown. Oh, wow. 38 tries were in 15 matches. Well done, Milky, but no comparison. Regards, Bondi Jack. Yeah, that record is crazy, isn't it? From 1935, Dave Brown, 38 tries in 15 games, and what do we have now for Jenkins? 25 tries, and he's played, I think this was his 16th game of the season tonight. Hello, John Gibbs, welcome back.
Hello, Andrew, thank you. And just to put things in perspective, the fastest player to score 40 tries previous year was Reece Wesser. He took 55 games. Milky's taken 42 games to get to that.
To score how many in total?
40 tries.
40 in his career.
No, 40 for Penrith. So he didn't score many elsewhere.
No, we only played a handful of games.
He's done an absolutely fantastic job. So, but some of his takes are incredible. He's had 48 games in total now for 43 tries. So
So he only scored a couple at Newcastle, and
It's almost Cam Pereira's pace.
yeah, almost. But he's a great player, and like they're great characters. That was a gritty win because I can't believe that South Sydney finished so far behind, because it was in the balance, but it was those 3 errors that we spoke about at the start of that second half. It killed them,
and the final
absolutely killed them.
The final blow, Jonty. So they twice in their first 2 sets they lost it in the play the ball. Jack White in one of them, but the killer blow came when they were down in Penrith territory and Liam LeBlanc lost the footy, and Penrith then scored down at the other end, and that really broke the back of South. Nick in Melbourne rides far out. Jenkins is unlucky not to get a Blues debut. Not sure what you need to do. What else you need to do? Put Bostock in the centres where he deserves to be, and Milky on the wing. That's Nick in Melbourne. Did Andrew Moore not say earlier that Alamotti's goal kicking was mixed bag? I did, and I stick by it. I think he's a very ordinary goal kicker by and large, but he's on this streak of 10 in a row. He kicked brilliantly tonight, and the last time we called him kicking was the Penrith Warriors game, and he kicked 2 from 4.
I think